Stadium, Munford, Tennessee. Beautiful weather on a nice, crisp, our first kind of cool night of the year for high school football. Munford taking on the Dyer County Choctaws. Last week we saw Munford take care of business in their first region game against Overton. This week, a new region foe. It's Dyer County. They just joined Region 8 from Region 7 this year, and so looking to set up a new rivalry with the Cougars.
Exciting one to be here tonight. I'm excited to see Munford come out here and play again. They had a good week last week. Hopefully can build on that and have continued success.
Absolutely. Last week, Jay, we saw Alvick White carry the ball 18 times for 80 yards. It's very rare we see him go under the century mark, but he did put up 2 TDs and 4 two-point conversions.
Especially in the kind of game we saw last week where Munford scored so many points and won by so much, but the stats don't tell the whole story. You know, they had a lot of short field possessions, and so just not a whole lot of yards available. And I believe 2 touchdowns came in the kicking game, and so just not a whole lot of opportunities to gain a lot of yards, but really a really good week by both him and I would say Jordan Bell last week running the football as well.
We saw sort of a once-in-a-career sort of play with a punt that was blocked and caught before it hit the ground in the end zone by a Munford player. That was Hunter Perry for a touchdown.
Unbelievable play. Like you said, once-in-a-lifetime play. You and I seem to marvel at it as it happened. We've never seen anything like that. I had people that were watching the broadcast text me as it happened and afterwards saying that was the most incredible play they've ever seen. And I have to agree with them. I've never seen anything like that before. So hopefully something that can happen in tonight's game that can one-up that and be just as exciting for us to see.
Yeah, to me that was on par with the Marcus Mariota touchdown pass to himself.
To himself, absolutely.
That was one of those things that you just probably will never see again in any level of football, but
sure.
You're glad you were here to see it when it happened.
Absolutely.
Coach Slade Calhoun has Munford at 3-2 here in his second year at the school. They are 1-0 in region play. Dyer County comes in 3-2 as well. They played 2 region games, however, they've split those 1-1. Last week they got drummed by Southwind 55. They drummed Southwind 55-0. And I almost said that backwards, so I apologize to the Choctaw fans. No, they drummed Southwind 55-0 last week. And so they are ready to get on a roll here in region play as they picked up their first region win last week.
And I'm looking at their sideline. I mean, they got a really big team. They got a big football team, and generally that translates to more options to have good players on the field at all times. So I think it's going to be a really good matchup tonight. I'm excited to watch both offense and defense. We don't really know a whole lot about Dyer County, so we're going to kind of learn on the fly here with them, but I'm excited to see Munford's defense go up against a tough opponent like this.
We do know Dyer County played Dyersburg, and so did Munford. Munford played Dyersburg to a very close last-second loss.
Great
while
game.
Dyersburg was in control the entire game against Dyer County. That is a common opponent, but it doesn't always mean something. As we see the kickoff. Picked up and bobbled at the 30, and now recovered by the Cougars. And the Cougars, we saw this happen last week at Overton. We see it happen on the opening kickoff tonight. Cougars with great field position. They'll start the game with the ball at the 35-yard line.
And that's really been a factor all year now that we've seen a bunch of games with these short kicks. That's a factor for all these teams is making the safe return play versus trying to make a big play. And right there, just a player wanting to get the football and go, just gets a little ahead of himself and ball comes free. Munford football early.
Seems to be a planned kickoff play by Coach Calhoun. They use it often, and it's worked to their advantage more than once. Jordan Bell takes the first snap of the game and hands it off to Alvick White. Alvick White off the right side and will get it out to the 25. Gain of 13 on the play.
Great carry right there, wasn't it? I mean, they were reaching for the football. You saw it almost come free there, but great ball carrying right there by Alvick White.
Quickly back to the line. Bell takes the snap, hands off to White again. White down the same side, makes one man miss, finds a hole, and gets it down to about the 12-yard line. And that'll be another first down Cougars. It'll be 1st and 10, close to the goal line, and we're in the red zone.
2 really good carries. They're getting to the line fast right here. Let's see what they come with.
Bell calls a man in motion. It's Hodge, and he'll hand it off to White. White will bounce off right tackle and push it into the end zone. He's not going to get stopped. The ball does come loose at the end of the play, but he was already across the line. Touchdown, Cougars.
3 big runs right there that just resulted the same way, one after another, each one 14, 12 yards. A great touchdown right there, and that's an early 6-0 lead for the Cougars.
He carried a Dyer County player 4 yards
He did.
to the line. And now we see this odd formation that we usually see from Munford for the extra point / 2-point conversion. It'll be a 2-point conversion this time, and a throw and catch, and it is good. 2-point conversion caught by Avik White in the end zone, thrown by Ben Cernelia. What a great 2-point conversion play in the Cougars. Out to an 8-0 lead to start this game with only 47 seconds gone off the clock in this, 37 seconds gone off the clock in this one. It's 11:23 left in the first quarter. We'll be right back on Ritter Communications.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Back here in Munford, in 37 seconds, the Cougars have recovered a muffed kick, and now they're going to do an onside kick. That one, though, Dyer County ready for and on the job. So they're going to keep possession of that one. That was Trey Tarkington for the Choctaws jumping on that onside kick and making sure they keep possession, because they didn't on the opening kickoff, and it only took about 30 seconds for Munford to score.
You don't want to give up good field position, especially when you got an early lead like that. But, you know, things have been going your way. You might as well take a shot, right?
Dyer County will start the game with 3 receivers. One man in the backfield, and the snap is lost by the center and fallen on by the quarterback, Dre Stafford. And so that will result in a loss of yardage, loss of about 2. It'll be 2nd and 12.
Dre Stafford, one of their captains here tonight. Unfortunate that play happens right there. Not really too much of a wet night. Last week was a much wetter game than this one, but already 2 fumbles so far tonight for Dyer County.
Stafford gets the snap this time, hands it off over to the left, and breaks a tackle and gets it way out and gets it past the marker for a first down. Gain of 13 on the play for Braylon Taylor, the junior out of Dyer County.
Really great running right there by Taylor. He broke a tackle there, looked like really comfortable running the football. I'm excited to see him going forward here tonight. Similar looking offenses here between the two teams.
Stafford will toss it out to Taylor. This time he'll take it, and he'll cut back toward the middle. Now he cuts all the way to the left side of the field, picks up a block on his way to the end zone. He'll get it past the pylon and in. Touchdown, Choctaws, and this game is already interesting.
Little pitch to the right. What a cutback coming back to the left. You see he takes it in on the left side of the field there. There's a 42-yard run right there. An explosive offense. We talked about how explosive Munford's offense is. It seems like 2 teams tonight with 2 explosive offenses. And Dyer County looks like they're on the field go for 2.
Each team, Jay, has taken less than 1 minute to punch it in the end zone on their drive.
That's something else.
So Munford leads 8-6, and Dyer County wants to try to tie it up with a 2-point conversion. They'll leave the offense out on the field. Dre Stafford in the gun. He drops back. He tosses it over to Taylor, and Taylor tries to spin move but trips, and he'll go down, and it'll be no good. So the Munford Cougars will retain the lead. 10:37 to go in the first quarter. It's 8-6 Munford. You're watching Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
Maybe one of those tonight. I'll be honest with you.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app could save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
So we started with a short Munford kick, muffed by the Dyer County Choctaws, recovered by Munford. Less than a minute down the field, Munford scores. Then they try an onside kick, recovered by the Choctaws. Less than a minute, they score, and we end up 8-6 as Munford leads Dyer County, and Dyer County gets ready to kick it off.
2 3-play drives.
And it's a short kick to the 25-yard line and brought back to about the 37-yard line there for the Cougars.
Short little return, but really pretty good field position on a short kick there, and that's really what you're looking for coming out here. So like I said, 2 3-play drives there for both teams, all runs so far, no passes in the game. So this is going to be like I said, these two offenses look fairly similar to the formations they were running. So I look to see a lot of running the football through these little option plays you got going on here.
And though all we've seen is a couple of kickoffs here, it does seem like both teams want to keep it away from the other team's returner. Dyer County kicking it in to the third level, and Munford kicking in the second level, and a pass out to the right, and it's all green grass from here as Jace Hodgen will punch it into the end zone. Touchdown Cougars, one play it in.
Explosive, right? Isn't that the word we keep using? Explosive plays. A great little screen pass out in the flat, and I mean, just takes off and goes. Great run there by Jace Hodgen. Huge touchdown for the Cougars.
Jace Hodgen, we've been saying this for these games all year, making his name known this year as a Cougar. So Munford will see if they get something they like for the 2-point conversion. This time they don't, so Braxton Brown will line up to kick the extra point. And the kick is up, and it is good, and Munford will take a 15-6 lead over the Choctaws. That'll put them up 2 scores as we see a 1-play drive for a touchdown out of Jace Hodgen off the screen pass, over 60 yards, sprint to the end zone. You're watching Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
Received a call about a cable box not working at Miss Betty's home, and while they're replacing the cable box, I noticed I had extremely long cable.
I went to move my furniture around and it stopped working.
A long cable like that could affect signal levels and eventually cause her cable service to go out.
Michael took it up on his own and fixed it for me. Now I can FaceTime with my niece and nephew because we don't get to visit too often. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. That's how Ritter's making it right.
Right by me.
Back here for Munford Cougar football on Ritter Communications. Chad Gatlin, Jay Harder on the call as the Cougars just put another one in the end zone. It was a 1-play drive this time. A lot of quick scoring in this game, Jay. Short kickoff. This time it's fielded at the 30 by the Choctaws, and he gets nowhere. Gain of 1 on the play, maybe 2.
Another short return there, so we haven't had a drive go longer than 3 yards yet tonight. Let's see what this one goes to. You know, as teams get comfortable in these games, it seems like the pacing slows down a little bit and it becomes a little more neck and neck up front. So I'd like to see how, you know, when these teams start to settle down, we start to see a more back and forth style game. Although I guess touchdowns back and forth is also a back and forth style game.
So Dre Stafford will bring his offense back on the field. He's in the gun, calls a man in motion, takes the snap, he'll hand it off to Taylor. Taylor will punch it up the middle for a couple, and that'll bring up second down.
Another good run there by Taylor, a short little run there, but better up front by the Munford defense. You know, you can't give up 3 yards every down, but it's better than giving up a big 42-yard run there.
So 2nd and 7 here for the Choctaws. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, 1 man in the backfield, 1 offset tight end. Handoff up the middle. It's Taylor. Taylor will take it for the first down. And he is tackled just after passing the sticks.
I'll tell you what, though, the holes that he's running through right now are huge. Credit the offensive line for Dyer County. They are really hitting these blocks hard. Pretty big offensive line there, too. You see big number 75 there standing on the line. So it's a credit to the offensive line. These holes are huge for him to run through.
And one other, 7-0 Trinity over Rosemont.
Stafford gets a snap. It's a toss over to Taylor. Taylor will take it over the left side. Nothing doing there. He gets a gain of about 4, but a host of Cougars ready for that one, led by Cahias.
You would like for the negative plays to be a little bit less than that, but, you know, we said you're starting to settle down a little more. Those are good first down plays for Dyer County, but I think Munford will live with that.
Ethan Cahias, we called his name last week. And a handoff to Taylor again. Taylor will get a couple of yards on the handoff there. That play took a little bit of time to develop.
A workhorse so far is number 5 Taylor for Dyer County. I mean, he has 7 carries so far, and they've only run 8 plays, so really giving him the football a lot right now. He's going to be their workhorse back, it seems like.
What do you call this formation that Dyer County is in, Jay?
It's out of the shotgun, but it seems like the offset tight end there, he's behind the line of scrimmage rather than being on the line. You see it a lot in college football, and it's trickled its way down to high school, it seems.
So this time it'll be a toss to the right for Taylor. He'll get it past the sticks and has a lot of space and probably a touchdown-saving tackle made by Akarius Hodgen there.
Truly was. They're lucky that he only got 15 yards. I know we said this a lot. I'm impressed with him running the football, but he has so much space to work with right now. Munford is not getting any push on this defensive line, and they're a good defensive line too. We've seen him play well against good teams this year. It's just a credit to Dyer County's O-line right now.
So from the 35, the Choctaws on the longest drive of the night for either team. They'll hand it off up the middle. This will stop to the line of scrimmage there.
Finally. You know, you run it that many times in succession like that, and you're finally going to be able to get a stop on something in a situation like that.
Looks like on that tackle it was Will Howard maybe?
First neutral or negative play we've had all day. I tell you, I keep looking at number 75 for Dyer County, Gannon Peavy House. That is a huge offensive lineman there. He's listed as 6'3", 230. He's a senior. That boy probably going to be playing on Saturdays by the looks of him.
Going to be tough to move him, and if you just look at the camera shot here, you can tell which one he is.
Yeah.
Handoff. No, it's a keeper, and it's going to be snuffed out by the Cougars. Great defense there. Hunter Gill in to stop the quarterback for no gain.
A good defensive play right there. You know, they've run the ball quite a bit, and when you have a little option like that to change of direction, sometimes defenses can get caught off guard. Not that time. Great defense by the Cougars.
And so now, what is a rarity in this game so far? A third down.
First one of the game.
For the Dyer County Choctaws.
Second one of the game, excuse me.
Stafford gets a snap. He'll throw a screen out. It's Patterson. Patterson gets a block and then gets it out to about the 32-yard line, maybe the 33. It won't be enough
for the
first down. It does appear as though they will go for it.
Pretty good throw and catch there and a run after the catch as well. Same play, it seems like, pretty much, that Munford scored a touchdown on. Just couldn't quite get to the first down marker there.
And so Stafford try to convert a fourth down here, 4th and 3 for the Choctaws. 3 receivers set. He's going to toss it out to the right to Taylor. Why not? And Taylor will fall forward and get the first down for the Choctaws. He's definitely the go-to man in a situation like that.
Really good run right there by Taylor, and comes off of a positive play, the first pass of the game for Dyer County. He's going to, like you said, he's going to be a factor all game tonight. Impact player for sure.
So a fresh set of downs for the Choctaws, almost in the red zone. Although I think they should redefine the red zone as the 25 and in and not the 20 and in the era of passing that we're in.
Absolutely.
And this is a handoff, new running back this time, and he is upended. After about a gain of 7, it's Jabari Livingston just flipped over by the Munford defender.
Yeah, that was the freshman Jabari Livingston. Pretty big freshman running back there, and he seemed to run it pretty well, and way to hang on to the football after a hit like that. Pretty big 8-yard gain there.
Second down for the Choctaws. 2 men in the backfield this time. The handoff will go to Livingston again. This time swallowed up at the line No gain on the play, third down.
And he battled for the yardage that he even got right there. Not a bad run. Look, a big running back for being a freshman there. He's got a bright future ahead of him. You can already tell by his build.
Absolutely. He lowers it down and makes it happen. Looking to the sideline for the play now as Dyer County hopes to convert this third down.
It looks like the officials are standing over the ball. Maybe some kind of delay because the play clock's not running either.
The down marker hasn't been changed either.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll measure it for a first down, although the initial spot had it well short. Now they want a measurement.
Really, credit to Livingston that even got this close, honestly, from where he got hit first. Yeah, it's not, no way. Oh,
and
wow.
They will give it to him. It'll be a first down, Choctaws.
How about that?
Hard run and a decent spot gets the Choctaws in scoring position. First down.
First and goal or maybe just outside of it?
It looks like the ball is spotted at around the 11, so they can make a first down without getting the touchdown. But you know that's not what they're thinking. Handoff to Taylor. He'll bounce it out to the right side. Shoestring, though. That is Jalen Dowell.
Really good tackle by Dowell there to save that. He had some space in front of him, too, and that's a couple times now that we've had called a touchdown saving tackle from this Munford defense.
Great for Jalen Dowell not to give up on the play.
Absolutely. He was behind the play to make that tackle, too. You're absolutely right.
Stafford, one man in the backfield. Handoff goes to the left side. He's going to take it all the way outside and look for a block. He won't get to the end zone. He'll get it down to about the 5, maybe the 4. And that'll bring up third down for the Choctaws.
It looked like Jace Hodgin. It looked like he got a step on him, and Jace Hodgin just dives in there to get his feet. Another touchdown-saving tackle. Man, this close to the end zone, those are the kind of plays you need made.
You've made them grit out a long drive here, Jay, if you're the Cougar defense. How big is a stop if you can get it?
Oh, you really want it. I mean, this is huge. Now, they've already gone for it on fourth down twice, so you might be playing with 2 plays, but this is a big play right here.
2 backs in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Taylor, a little bit of misdirection there, and Taylor walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Choctaws.
I don't know if you could see the hole that he had to go through there. I mean, you could see it right here on this replay. That is a huge hole, tough angle, but that was one of the biggest holes I've ever seen to run in the end zone that close to it.
Nick Rushing all over his assigned man on the defensive line there. Rushing, another big offensive lineman at 6'3", 242. And the extra point is up, and it is good for the Choctaws. That's Jacob Hampton kicking for them, and that will get the Choctaws to 13. It's a 2-point game now. Cougars lead 15-13, 2:50 left in the first quarter as you watch Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
After 3 drives under a minute, we settled into a good long 7-minute drive from the Choctaws there that ended in a score as they kick it off to the Cougars. And misjudged by the up man for the Cougars, but he's got some room to return. He decided to run it all the way out to his right, calls for a block. He's still going, gets it to the Choctaw side of the field, and it will be down at the 44 of the Choctaws by Mason Medill.
Mason Medill, a player we've talked about a lot of times, especially in the kick return game. He's an explosive runner, and what a play to turn a negative play into a huge positive play.
And now we'll get to see Jordan Bell in this Cougar offense again. It hasn't taken them long to score every other time they've been out.
Second drive they've started today on the opponent's side of the 50-yard line. I mean, it's great field position for the Cougars.
And so they spotted at the 44. I suppose he stepped out of bounds. Bell fakes a handoff and then keeps it for himself, breaks it out to the right, and he will go down the sideline and all the way in. Touchdown, another one-play touchdown drive from these Cougars.
How about that? What a run by Bell. Faked me out, faked everybody out right there. Great option run there by Bell. And when you see he's got one-on-one in the edge of the wide receiver blocking, you knew something special could happen right there. Great touchdown run. 44-yard touchdown run there.
Absolutely, and so now they'll line up for the try. And now they'll decide to kick it as they don't see what they want to see on the initial lineup. Brown puts it up and through, and it's good. And now it's 22-13. The Cougars lead with another quick strike. And this time a run to the end zone by the prolific quarterback Jordan Bell. There's 2:31 left in this first quarter. And we'll be right back with more Munford football on Ritter Communications.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app could save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
The Cougars defense tightened up some. The Dyer County defense not yet, as the Cougars score on another one-play drive with the run from Jordan Bell for 44 yards in the score. And they'll do the short kick that we've become accustomed to. It'll be fielded this time, but brought down after a gain of about 5. Jax Butler taking the kickoff return there.
It's a dangerous return. I mean, it really is. And it's not just because he fumbled the first one. I would say that if he hadn't fumbled one yet thus far, you know, you can. I don't know if you could see it on the broadcast or not, but it was a very conservative kick return formation that Dyer County's running. They only have one deep man. Everyone else is lined up closer, anticipating a kick like that. So it's something to watch for going forward.
Stafford will come out. He'll have 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. He'll have Taylor in the backfield. Gets the call from the sideline. It's a handoff to Taylor right up the middle, well blocked, and he'll get a gain of 7 before he is brought down.
He just has so much space on every run. I'll tell you what, I mean, I don't know what his average yards a carry is right now. I can maybe get that for you in a minute, but it's got to be above 5. I mean, he's really carrying the ball well.
And Munford wants a timeout. They're not happy with the way that their defense is blocking the run. So we'll take a timeout with them, and we'll come right back here with Munford football on Ritter Communications.
Our dog got hit by a car. My wife and children were very upset about losing Buddy. While I was burying the dog, I cut the cable line.
Being a dog owner myself, it's hard losing a pet. So it's very important for us to get their services restored.
There's a winter storm hitting right now. It was a Friday night. You showed up and the very next morning in some pretty terrible conditions and fixed us up.
That's what we try to do here at Ritter in a bad situation, try to make it better.
Coach Slade Calhoun and the Munford defense wanted to make some adjustments, so they took a timeout here as the Choctaws have a 2nd and 3 thanks to a 7-yard run by their running back, Braylon Taylor.
2 running backs in the backfield here.
We've seen them do the crossing and the fake handoffs here on the counters to try to get in the head of this Munford defense. Same thing this time. It is a handoff to Livingston again. Livingston will punch it forward, and I think he's got the first down.
I think he does too. Another good run there. You know, it's not always going to be a huge play, but I've really been impressed by Livingston. Patient running. And, I mean, for a freshman like that, he's not looking to do too much. He's always going to get back to the line of scrimmage or short positive yardage. Really good running by the young fella right there.
Between the burst speed of Taylor, when Taylor sees a hole, he can burst through it so fast. And then you've got Livingston, who's a power runner, but also, like you said, a patient runner, waiting for it to set up. It's a great combination for this Choctaw team. Hand off to Taylor. This time he's caught in the backfield, but he breaks the tackle, and he gets it out to the next level and down to the 44-yard line.
And we've seen that a couple of times, too, where Munford does finally get a push, especially on that side of the line, that right side of or the left side of the offensive line there, where they get in the backfield. And, I mean, such a good job by Taylor to break a tackle and get more yardage after that contact. It's a couple times we've seen that from, like, I feel like I can't brag on these running backs for Dyer County enough right now.
Stafford takes the snap. He had 3 receivers right that time, but he has the fall on. He drops the snap and has to fall on it. Going to be a big loss on that one. Loss of about 5 yards. It'll go down as a sack.
And, you know, those are the – they have one – no, those are the only 2 negative plays Dyer County has had today is on the 2 fumbled snaps. That's, you know, you can't shoot – just like a penalty, you can't shoot yourself in the foot like that, especially when you're moving the ball as well as you are if you're Dyer County. So first 3rd and long we've seen today.
3rd and 11 for the Choctaws. Stafford trips right. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Taylor. He's swallowed up in the backfield. Not getting loose this time. Ben Cernelia with the tackle.
Great defensive play, like you said, not getting loose. Finally maybe forced a punting situation. If you're Munford defense, that timeout paid off, it seems like. Just got him readjusted, and a great defensive stop there by Munford, helped out by the fumbled snap.
And for the first time today from either team, we'll see a punt.
$35 points in the first quarter tonight.
35 points as the first quarter comes to a close. It is the Cougars leading the Choctaws 22-13. And we'll see a Dyer County punt. See what Jordan Bell and this Cougar offense can do when we come back for the start of the second quarter here on Ritter Communications.
I'm Eric, a local Ritter Communications technician here out of West Tennessee. I'm here to share with you some exciting news. Ritter Communications is investing $12 million to implement a major network upgrade in your area. This upgrade will bring the latest fiber-rich technology to offer speeds of up to 1 gigabit without data limits. There are over 1,800 devices in this area that are going to have to be upgraded, so you will experience temporary interruptions in services, but we will try to make these as minimal as possible. Currently, we are over 1/3 of the way through and plan to have all upgrades completed by next summer. Watch for emails, postcards, and phone calls to let you know we are working in your neighborhood and when the work is completed. Thank you for your patience as we work to bring you fast, reliable 1 gig internet service. Thank you again.
And the punt by Dyer County will come down at about the 38 and then take a roll for Dyer County down to the 33. That's where Munford will take over possession. They almost got there on that punt, Jay.
And we've seen their punt coverage team really rush the punter really well and without being penalized, other than I think one time we've seen them get penalized. So another really good punt coverage there and not terrible field position here inside outside the 30-yard line.
We haven't mentioned it tonight, but it's a blackout game. The fans all dressed in black to support their Cougars tonight. Hopefully we can show you some shots of that at halftime as Bell hands it off to White. White does a nice little juke on the outside there to the right to get 9 yards on the play.
And we praise the patient running from Dyer County. That was patient running right there by Alvic White. Didn't quite see what he wanted to see, busted it outside and got a huge 10-yard gain there for a first down.
Bell's got 2 receivers to his right. He'll hand the ball off to White up the middle, and White will break past one tackler and get it all the way down past the sticks. 13-yard gain nearly.
Another 10-yard run plus for Alvic White. It looks like he sprints off the field here. We're going to see another back get in there.
Bell takes the snap. He'll hand it off. It'll go up the middle and nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage by the Dyer County defense, led by Nick Rushing.
Cernelia on the carry there. I thought it might be Aubrey Durham. We saw him get a lot of carries last week, but that was Cernelia on the carry right there.
Cernelia will stay in the backfield for the Cougars. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Bell takes the snap, fakes the handoff, play action. He's looking downfield, and he overthrows Zacharias Hodgen. And that one was far out of Hodgen's reach. And so it'll bring up a 3rd down now for the Cougars. 3rd and 11 after the loss on the first down run.
Only 2nd pass today from the Cougars, but the first incompletion on the day for Bell. But he had a man there just a little bit overthrown.
Bell takes the snap. He will look to scramble.
Wow.
He's being swallowed up in the backfield, but he's able to stay loose right now.
Oh,
And that one's going to come back. I thought that block did not look good, and it will definitely be a penalty, but they will probably be declined because of the 3rd down. Bell stayed alive for a long time there, though, but a block in the back.
And he had a man,
would have
too.
ruined any play that they got out of it.
He had a man, too, just a little bit overthrown, but you're right, the block in the backfield there. First penalty of the game from either team, and that's a blown play, too. You know, a lot of stuff is happening. You can't blame. That's not one of those, shoot yourself in the foot penalties. That's just an unfortunate situation right
No,
there.
that's true. Bell had really he couldn't do anything because he had people in his face as soon as he fielded the snap, almost.
That penalty was accepted, so we're going to have another 3rd and long, maybe playing a little bit of a field position game because it seems like it's a spot foul here, so they're going to mark it off from where the foul took place. So maybe a good decision there by Dyer County to pin them deep here on this 3rd and long and maybe get the ball in better field position.
With 2 one-play touchdowns, though, Jay, don't you think it might be a better idea to go ahead and bring up the 4th down when you can?
It's a great point because it's going to be a 4th and long anyway, 4th and 11, I believe. That's a really good point. I think that's something to consider if you're the Dyer County coaching staff, but it seems they've made their decision.
4 receivers set for the Cougars. 1 man in the backfield, way behind the sticks on this one. And Bell will drop back. He's got men in front of him again, but it's because there's a screen, and it is just dropped by White. Just bounces right off the hands of White. Perfectly set up screenplay. Just didn't work out. And now a flag comes out after the play.
Looks like somebody might have said something to an official running off the field, and this one might be going back a little bit further.
You've got to decline this one if it is a penalty on the Cougars.
Well, I think it's after the play,
well,
so
it's
it'll
true.
be 4th
It's
down.
after the play, so it will still be 4th down. That's true.
Oh.
It's a personal foul against the Choctaws.
So we'll see if this is before or after the play.
So it was
4th down, it looks like he signaled for. A lot is happening. It's hard to keep track.
It does. The flag definitely came out after the play. I saw the referee throw the flag. So it definitely came out after the play. Now, whether it was for something during the play, I do not know.
Right.
But regardless, Munford retains possession, gets a 15-yard penalty. It's 4th down and a mile, so they'll punt. Cernelia punts the ball. Pretty good boot there. And no return from the Choctaws as it takes a little bit of a Munford bounce, gets down to the 24-yard line, and that's where the Choctaws will take over possession.
Maybe get a little bit better field position after those turns of events if you're Dyer County, but still, still in your own territory inside the 30.
Nice boot by Cernelia. If you have to punt, that's the guy you want doing it.
Oh, no doubt about it. He's looked really good punting the ball this year. He's had a couple pinned inside the 5, so he's an excellent punter. And that's a great tool to have, especially in what I anticipate to be a close game like this.
At least one 60-yarder, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Into the first at Brighton, and the score remains 16-0.
Stafford's going to get another shot at it here. He'll hand it off to Taylor. Taylor will go off to the left on the counter play, and he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain for the Choctaws.
He worked his butt off to break as many tackles as he broke right there. Only got back to the line of scrimmage, but really, a heck of a run to even get back to the line of scrimmage right there. I just can't help but brag on these running backs tonight for Dyer County. I've just been so impressed with the way they're running the football.
And They bring in some more players to do a substitution of 3 or 4 people here for the Choctaws. 2 men in the backfield again, and they hit each other crossing, and that causes a sack.
Just a little miscommunication, unfortunate situation. Big play there by the Munford defense.
Hunter Perry, 6 tackles last week, now a sack this week.
Defensive star last week. He was also the player that caught the punts in the ends, blocked the punt and caught it in the end zone. Was that Hunter Perry as well?
Deere
that was
caught it.
Deere.
I believe Perry may have blocked it.
I see.
And Deere caught it.
Well, either way, I mean, he was involved all week last week
Absolutely.
on defense, and he's an impact player on the defensive side of the football.
3 receivers right. Stafford drops back, and he's
man.
going to throw it long into double coverage and picked off. Carius Hodgen, who else? The master of interceptions for this Cougar team, picks up another one.
A great defensive play there by Hodgen. I mean, that ball was a little bit underthrown. He saw it immediately and got right underneath it. And, not a terrible play there by Dyer County, kind of like a punt would be anyway, but you still really got to like the field position right here if you're Munford.
I will say I think there was a better read for Stafford to have taken rather than that. There wasn't double coverage on the number 2 receiver, but he also has a time factor when you're in the pocket, so you have to make a decision and go with it.
A lot of things going around you. Understandably, maybe a little bit of tunnel vision there on 3rd and long, and unfortunate interception.
Like you said, though, probably net around the same as a punt would have, so not terrible for Dyer County. Handoff from Bell. He'll keep it himself after faking the handoff, make one man miss, and then he'll get it out for 5 yards on the quarterback keeper.
Good little run there by Bell. We haven't seen him carry the ball a ton tonight. Granted, not a whole lot of plays for the Munford offense thus far, but it's good to see him get involved in the run game here.
Every week it seems like Jordan Bell is becoming better and better at the read option.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
Oh, and it was a snap, and he'll have to follow. He wasn't ready, and I can't tell, Jay, if it was a trick play that was supposed to be a direct snap or that the center just wasn't on the same page with the quarterback.
Yeah, I think it was just a miscommunication because it didn't appear that anybody in the backfield even saw or was aware the ball was being snapped. It just seemed like Jordan Bell, thank goodness he recognized it and jumps on it, and it's going to bring up another 3rd and long situation.
So Bell will take the snap, drop back to pass, and he will find his man, and after catching the ball, he'll fall down. That is Dalvian Dickerson on the completion. It's enough for a 1st down. Big throw by Bell there after falling way behind the sticks.
Big throw and catch, and that's a huge 3rd and long to convert there, and that's a really big play. It's got to propel this Munford offense forward here.
And that's a great place to find an open spot to throw to, and great by Dalvian Dickerson for running to that spot. Handoff up the middle now. And a tackle broken, another stiff arm, and White down to the 5-yard line after dragging a player.
Really good run there, almost a 40-yard run there by White. And I mean, that's a couple of big runs he's broken out for tonight. Explosive offense, like we always say for Munford here.
White will get the handoff again to try to pay it off, and he will. Touchdown Cougars. Alvick White into the end zone. And this Dyer County offense has just not found the magic sauce to stop this. This Dyer County defense has not found the magic sauce to stop this Munford offense.
They haven't. That's 2 touchdowns tonight for Alvick White running the football off of explosive runs.
And a quick snap, Alvick White in for the 2-point conversion. And that will give the Cougars a 30-13 lead. 7:14 still to go in the half. And Munford is up big over Dyer County. We'll come back with more here on Ritter Communications.
Miss Donna and Lucy. I am from Caraway, Arkansas. I had been having trouble with my internet.
You got a lot of important things that you do from the internet, and you don't want to miss anything.
I usually use it to book rooms to watch my granddaughter play basketball. They had someone out that day, and it was back up within 20 minutes.
And it makes me feel so good to go there and take care of it, and see the smile on her face, man, that makes my day right there.
Back here at Dr. Sid Witherington Stadium in Munford, Tennessee, where the Cougars lead the Choctaws 30-13. 7:14 left in the first half. And this Munford offense has only punted once, and they've been pretty powerful, Jay.
For the score deficit being what it is, it seems like a much closer game than this so far, truly. I mean, it seems like it's really been back and forth. Really
and
short.
The kickoff.
Oh, no.
Bounces, and now it is recovered again by the Cougars.
Let's see what the striped shirts say.
And now the referees confirm it. I saw when he fell on it. And so that kickoff strategy that Coach Calhoun has put into place for these Cougars is paying off time and time again.
And you can see Braxton Brown just kicked it a little bit shorter than he has been that time, put a little bit less on it, and it caused Dyer County to run forward there. They're trying to just get on the football, bobbled just a little bit late to the football, and the ball goes down.
Shows a little bit of talent from
really
the
good
kicker
touch.
on ball placement.
Really good touch. That's an excellent kick.
And so we get to see the Munford offense yet again here in this first half. And now looks like Dyer County wants a timeout this time. And so we'll take a timeout with them, and when we come back, we'll see the Cougars on offense again, trying to increase their lead here on Ritter Communications.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app can save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
You're watching Cougar football here on Ritter Communications, the home of gig speed internet in Southwest Tennessee and Northeast Arkansas. And as the handoff goes, it is Hodgen, and he breaks out to the side. It gets down to about the 10-yard line. Jace Hodgen with a nice run.
And we get distracted by how good at running the football Bell and White are. Jace Hodgen, a guy who has very few carries this season, comes in with explosive speed going down the sideline there. That's a great asset to have.
And we've not seen the end around work for the Cougars that often. Fakes the handoff and keeps it as Bell. He'll just walk it right into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars.
Great little run there. And when you have explosive running backs like that, it opens up the little quarterback keeper. Great 10-yard run and touchdown by Bell, his second rushing touchdown of the day, I believe.
Fake handoff fooled everyone on the Dyer County offense. No problems for Bell getting into the end zone. I said Dyer County offense again when I meant defense. We've seen so much offense in this game.
Yeah, hard to imagine anybody's playing defense right now with a 36-13 score the way it is.
So Brown will try the extra point again. 6:51 on the clock in the first half. And the extra point's up and good. 37-13 is the score. Munford Cougars leading here at home over the Dyer County Choctaws. You're watching Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Pause.
Yeah, 22 seconds on that drive, Mark.
22-second drive by the Cougars results in a touchdown. Jordan Bell scampers in for this one on the quarterback keeper.
His second rushing touchdown of the day, third total touchdown, one passing touchdown, so already a really good day in the first half for Jordan Bell.
Munford in complete control here, 37-13 with 6:51 left in the first half.
Look at that touch.
And another nice kick. This time it's fielded off the bounce by Dyer County, and he'll be tackled about where he caught it, down at the 41. That's where the Choctaws will start their drive.
It's not that it's the greatest kick in the world or that like it's some unbelievable, deep, powerful leg, but I mean, truly, for what they're trying to accomplish, the touch that he's able to put on that football those last two kicks, I'm really impressed with that.
And by the way, he can kick it deep.
And
We've seen him kick long field goals.
Absolutely. Not to take anything away from his leg, but I mean, just the versatility in his leg is impressive so far.
Stafford looking for an answer. 4 receivers, calls one in motion, hands it to that man, and he'll get around the edge. He'll pick up a block here on the edge and be able to take it down the sideline. We'll have to see where they mark it. It looks like they're going to mark it at the 49 of the Cougars. It'll be just enough for the first down for Darius Ligon.
Darius Ligon, really good carry there. I have his down as his first carry of the day, but it looked like he's been carrying the ball all night the way he got outside there, bounced it outside, and turned a net negative play into a big positive for, it seems like, a first down here, at least, if not a close to it.
Nicely executed on the motion toss there.
There it goes.
So when the sticks get moved, Dyer County hopes to keep some momentum going. Taylor will be in the backfield. Trips left, 1 receiver right. Stafford looks left, throws the screen, has his man. He will shake off a tackle and then advance it forward. It'll be a gain of about 5 yards. That was Mason Patterson on the catch.
Good pass there. That's 2 screen passes we've seen from Dyer County in the backfield, and it seems like all the guys that touch the football tonight, patient, break tackles, get upfield, always running north and south. Really impressed by the way they run the football tonight, even in the pass game.
So they'll run the trip set again. Stafford will take the snap. This time it's quarterback keeper draw. He'll get a couple of yards. Flag comes in the play. Have to wait and see the official signal here. It was in the middle of the scrum.
Right where he's down, it looks like. And you can really go, I'll wait till the
and it's a face mask penalty against the Cougars. That'll march it forward and give another first down to the Choctaws.
From this angle here, you can really see, not that you couldn't see from another angle, how big number 75 Gannon Peavyhouse is. I mean, that is a huge offensive lineman that Dyer County is lucky to get the run behind here.
They're absolutely a huge offensive line. They have a senior who is 390, another guy who's 331, another guy who's 230, another guy who's 246, 242. All these guys blocking up that line and allowing Braylon Taylor to get those runs we've seen him get early in the game. New set of downs off the Munford penalty. Stafford will have 2 backs in the backfield this time. Hand off to Taylor. Taylor takes it around the left side, picks up a block, cuts it back right now, and finds a hole. Hole gets opened up there by the block of Peavyhouse, who we just talked about. Able to get him forward for about 6 yards, 2nd and 4.
And when I'm talking about patient running, you see him run east and west to get behind his offensive line, and he's just looking at the defense, seeing what he's got, and then he busts it back to where he came from. I mean, you just got to marvel at the running.
Taylor will take it again. He gets held up in the backfield, but able to break that tackle. Now shakes another tackle and gets it past the sticks for the first down, and now a late hit out of bounds by the Cougars. And that will advance the position even further into the red zone for the Choctaws. 2 penalties from the Cougars defense this drive helping out the Choctaws.
2, face mask, I guess, can go either way in terms of what happens here, but that's really the first undisciplined penalty we've seen from Munford tonight.
You see the referee give the signal. Jay, that just wasn't heads up because that was very far out of bounds when the hit occurred.
It was.
It wasn't even close.
And I guess that sort of thing happens. He's already broken 2 tackles in the backfield. You're just chasing the guy down, hoping you can bring him down, and it's just unfortunate that kind of play takes place.
Awareness of where you are is a big deal on a lot of these plays. Toss goes to Taylor. Taylor looks for a hole, can't find one. Brought down before he gets back to the line of scrimmage there. Jalen Dowell on the tackle.
Good tackle there. Good little run. Not as huge run as he's seen, but, they just don't have negative plays unless they've had the fumbled snaps. But in terms of running a play, they just don't have negative plays out here today. And it's incredible that they're down by the margin that they're down by, because I've really been impressed by their offense here tonight.
2 backs for Stafford. Stafford, straight handoff to the right this time. Got some blockers, but he'll get caught up in the traffic and not be able to get it very far down at the 5-yard line, maybe the 6.
That looks like their freshman running back Livingston again. I could be wrong. Maybe it looked like it was Livingston on the carry again, and just as we were talking about Munford's versatility running the football, you got to appreciate Dyer County's versatility running the football tonight here too.
So a couple of good defensive running stops from the Cougars, and now we have a 3rd and goal for the Choctaws.
Big 3rd down here.
3rd and goal from the 6. 4:34 left in the half. Stafford with a hard count, can't get the Cougars to jump, so now he'll get the play from the sideline.
They're going to have to take a timeout. That play clock's winding down.
4 seconds on the play clock and winding down, and now they will take a timeout, but Munford will bail them out and take the timeout with the play clock running down. Jay, I don't know if the Munford coach was that worried about what he had or didn't realize that the play clock was that far.
I think there was a little bit of not quite realizing it. I think he was looking at his defense, it seemed like, saw that they changed plays and didn't like the look, because it seemed like another coach came in behind him there, told him the play clock situation. He was a little upset with himself in that situation. But, you just don't want to take any risks. It's a big 3rd down play near the goal line. You want to get something.
And it is possible that they would have still gotten the play off. I mean, we had 3 seconds, and he had gotten back behind the center, so it's possible the play could have gotten off.
Yeah, you can't blame him. In his first half, there's only 4 minutes left here, and you've only used 1 timeout. You got them there. That's what they're there for. That's what they're there for. That's what they're there for. If you can hold them to 3 here, I would say that's a net victory.
Don't go into halftime with your timeouts, I've always said.
Yeah, absolutely. The timeouts don't do you any good in the locker room.
So the Cougar defense takes the timeout, gets a plan together. Stafford will be in the backfield with Taylor. He'll have 2 receivers to his left. He'll toss it to Taylor, and Taylor will get a nice block. A flag comes in late, and there's another flag after the play. The official on the far side of the field did signal touchdown for the run, but I have a hard time believing this will stand with 2 flags out.
The first flag, it looks like the quarterback, Dre Stafford there, thinks it's on Munford, but we'll see the official call here. These could be offsetting. We could be replaying the down. You just never know. I would think from where it took place, though, I would have thought it was holding.
It definitely looked like there was a hold on the play that allowed for Taylor to get free.
In the backfield, yeah.
You don't typically see a defensive lineman turn the other direction unless there was a hold.
Right. Especially when they get that far back in the backfield there. Long conversation happening here, though, so I wouldn't be surprised to see something offsetting.
So there was one after he crossed the goal line as well. I'm not sure what that one was for. It could end up being offsetting penalties. There are 2 penalties on the play. One is a block in the back against the Choctaws. Then the second penalty is a dead ball foul on sportsmanlike conduct against the Cougars. And so they will just replay the down. That'll be offsetting penalties. The referee started to march the ball back against the Choctaws, but I think they realized that the penalty's offset. Now they bring it back to the 10-yard line, and Choctaws get another go at this 3rd and goal.
And the ball would have been back near the 20-yard line for Dyer County. Had Munford not had that call.
What a strange play.
Wasn't the ball at the 6?
I was about to say the ball has somehow gone back, so maybe it's offsetting, but I'm not even going to try and figure out what's happening.
I don't think they do the math, though, and figure out the difference.
I don't think so either. I'm a little confused. Now the play clock's going down again here.
5 seconds left on the play clock. Better get it off quick. Stafford gets the snap of 1 to go on the play clock, hands it off.
Good defense.
And it is good defense. Swallowing up Taylor. He only gets a couple. 4th down. What do you do here, Jay?
I like points, but it seems like they, for whatever reason, they might not trust their kicker. But his extra point, I thought looked, the one that they let him kick tonight, I thought looked pretty good. So, you're down by a lot, though. So, I mean, I guess I could see going for it. But, you're not even halftime. I like some points. Your offense looks good. Trust your defense a little bit.
Think they give a hard count and then take
Maybe
a timeout?
so. Maybe so. But, yeah.
It's going to be a passing play, and he'll have a man wide open and touchdown, Choctaws. And well-designed, well-executed play by the Choctaws. Drew Evans catches it and falls forward into the end zone for the touchdown. And Choctaws cut into the lead.
I'm fine looking like a fool if it works for a touchdown right there. It would seem that play call worked out. I said I like points. They just scored 6 of them, so that's a little bit better than 3.
Touchdown for Evans. He's the offset tight end we've seen all night.
Yeah, really good play there. Just went a little unmarked.
Now they're going to go for 2. Rolls out to his left. Finds Evans again, but this time Evans can't get his hands on it, so no good on the 2-point conversion. 37-19 is the score. The Choctaws trying to get something going here as you watch Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
I'm James Finley, and I'm from Jasper, Arkansas. We came in to have my mother's service turned on, and she needed to pick a plan. They were patient, answered every question, and there were a lot of questions.
We just took our time with her and wanted to make sure she had everything she needed.
You could see that they genuinely cared about my mother.
I don't want to go into a store and be treated like just another number. That's not how we roll in Jasper. Treat people how you want to be treated.
I thought if they all said you didn't. Back here in Munford on Ritter Communications with Cougar football. 3:44 left in the first half, and the score is 37-19. Munford leading Dyer County. Dyer County coming off a score, a nice throw-in catch from Dre Stafford to Drew Evans. Now I wouldn't be surprised if we see an onside attempt from the Choctaws.
Looks like maybe so. Yep.
And it is.
Good call. Good.
Nice
good recovery.
catch there.
Really good
Way
hands.
to field it. 51, that is DJ Vassar for the Cougars.
Good hands by the senior right there.
And so now with the Cougars on offense, we'll get to see Bell come out. We've seen a couple of one-play drives from the Cougars, 3 sub-1-minute drives from the Cougars.
You were talking right there. That was the offset tight end that we've seen Drew Evans catching that ball in the end zone. That's really why you line up a guy back there. It's hard. He's a good blocker, and it's also hard to cover him in the pass game. So you're really seeing that start to play and have an impact on this game.
And the handoff goes to White. He'll bounce off one tackler, then cut it back and get it up and just power his way. Sheer force of will gets him 8 yards on the carry.
Talk about north and south running. We say it so much tonight, and Alvic White demonstrates that Munford can do that just as well as Dyer County can. A huge 8-yard run there on first down.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left for Bell. 2nd and 2. White's in the backfield. Man in motion. Handoff is faked and now kept by Bell, and Bell will be swallowed up for the sack. Oh, we were bragging on him about the read option earlier, but that was a bad read.
Snuffed out right there. And when you run it a few times, it seems like Dyer County's maybe getting a little more wise to it. And the way they run their offense, they see a lot of option as well in their practices every week. So it seems like they might be content to stop that tonight. 3rd and long.
3rd and 8 now. Bell will drop back to pass, and they set up the screen, but he didn't throw it. Decided to keep it himself, and he will stay in bounds. He'll cut it back across the field. He's got a block in front of him. Now he runs into another defender, shakes him off. Now he's able to juke one defender, gets brought down. The ball's ripped out as he goes out of bounds at the 6-yard line. There is a flag on the play.
It seems like it might be something in the blocking game or something. A hold, yep.
It is a hold against Munford.
New set of downs, though, right?
It will be a new set of downs, I believe, because even 10 yards from the spot will still get it past the sticks for the Cougars. And that was a completely broken down play that turned into something spectacular from Bell.
And you saw Bell in the back. Oh, they're calling the same penalty. Well, you saw Bell in the backfield here directing traffic in front of him, wide receivers to get downfield and block, and a really good play. Like you said, a disastrous play turns into a positive.
They were setting up the screen, so they let all of the defensive linemen free, but then Bell couldn't find his receiver and had to run it himself. Bell, play action. Finds a man over the middle, and it is dropped. Acarius Hodgen couldn't hang on.
And he comes down with so many of those he gets his hands on, too. That was a tough one right there. Really good effort. Really good effort.
Very rare drop. 2nd and 10 now for the Cougars.
And you kind of see, it looks like this, he's a little more further out, but Munford kind of has the same look of that offset tight end there. I believe that's number 32, Jeremiah Davis.
Hand off to White. It's straight up the middle on the draw play. He'll get 3 before he's brought down and bring up 3rd and 7.
Could be 4 down territory here, too.
2:04 left in the first half. There is a timeout on the field for an injured player. The injured player is Jalen Brown. He will get up and walk off the field under his own power.
Looks like it might be a cramp situation, the way he was laying there.
Fireworks in the first half, Jay.
I'm telling you what, I mean, how many points? I don't know if I can do math that quickly, but it looks like 56 points in the first half so far. And like I've said it a few times already, this game is far closer than the scoreboard makes it appear to be, I think.
Sonny Moore and his power ratings don't give you an over-under. But
yeah.
If they did, you would definitely have wanted the over in this one.
Yeah, I think we hit.
Play action. Bell got forever in the pocket. Can't find an open man. Now he's going to have to shake a tackler. He ran way back, but he's going to make his way back to the line of scrimmage and more. Now he's able to make one man miss, gets past another man, and steps out of bounds. 14 yards maybe on the gain by Bell.
A lot of players flying at the end of that play, too, but another poised situation by Bell back there in the pocket. I think Dyer County is going to want to spy or something because it seems like they're guarding guys well downfield. Maybe they have more DBs on the field while they only rush 4. You want somebody in there because Bell is such a threat with his feet. They have to spy him and watch him going forward in the backfield out of the pass game.
This looked like maybe a 12-yard gain as he stepped out of bounds there on the play.
Another 1st and 10, though.
From the 25 is Bell. Quick throw out to Jace Hodgen. Jace Hodgen throws a stiff arm, but grabbing hold of the jersey is Jamin Galden. And Galden brings him down and brings up 2nd down.
That's a little first down run pass, you know, just a little pass in the backfield that you give to your wideout that you know can run. It results in a 5-yard gain as a run might.
Bell in the gun. Play action again. Looking to his right. Now looking down the middle. Likes what he sees. Finds his man. Touchdown. Acarius Hodgen. He wanted another chance after the drop, and he got it for the score. Cougars jump up.
An unmarked man. And I just said it. You might want to think about spying him. And that time they were so far up towards the line of scrimmage, just left an unmarked man downfield, results in a big Cougar touchdown to go into halftime here with only 1 minute and 5 left.
Looking at the 2-point conversion. Now deciding to kick the extra point.
They've already gone for 2 2-point conversions tonight, so they're definitely looking.
I'm very curious who makes the decision on the line, because it doesn't seem like they look to the sideline as you see the extra point go up and good.
That's a good question.
But I do wonder who makes the call. Is it White in the backfield or is it Brown, the kicker? Something we'll have to ask Coach Slade Calhoun, part of his tricky special teams play here. He's really got some tricks on special teams, does Coach Calhoun.
He does. He really does. Like we say, the short kickoffs there. And, they're really just, we said this last week too, they're really just counting men. And so, you're right. I wonder who it is that's doing the counting there, because that's really all it is. And then they reset there. But you're right. The kicking game is like, they call it special teams for a reason. If you can win the special teams battle, that's one of 3 phases of the game. And that puts you in a position to win each game. And so that's not lost on Coach Calhoun here, as he wants to win the special teams battle every time they go out on the field.
Every time Dyer County has scored, Munford has had an answer.
Short field position a few times too, and if you want to make this game closer, if you're Dyer County, that's something you're going to have to get a tackle on.
Some issue going on the field with the referees.
Yeah, I wonder.
The Stripes having a conversation back around the area of the returner. And now we'll get some sort of a signal from
he's looking at us,
the head official.
Well, they talk for a minute.
Oh, and now they'll call an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Dyer County Choctaws here. And so they'll kick it from 15 yards closer.
It could be all the way from the bench as well, because you saw the official that went to go talk to the head referee came from the Dyer County sideline there.
Yes.
And it seems like just a play that's so weird it had to have, because nothing on the field happened. It had to have been something that came from the sideline.
It must have been. And so after a short conversation, they call an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Choctaws. And the Cougars will kick it off from the Choctaws' 45-yard line. You got to imagine Brown's going to just try to boot this one out of the end zone.
You would think so. This one isn't going to be a short one like they have been. You don't want to give them any shorter field position than you have to. And they only, like we said, they're very conservative kick return formation with only 1 receiver deep.
Brown will kick off here.
And
he will try to boot it through the end zone, and he will do so. It will be a touchback for the Choctaws. No time off the clock. 1:05 now as the Choctaws will start on the 20-yard line and try to get something here before the half ends.
It may on that kick right there by Braxton Brown, it makes the short kicks that much more impressive that he has the leg to kick it out of the end zone like that. I mean, it seems like a small part in the grand scheme of a football game, but it's something that I keep harking on, and I'm really impressed with that young man tonight.
Well, some coaches think that special teams is the key to the game.
Mm-hmm.
Frank Beamer comes to mind. Swallowed up on the screen. The Munford defense holds strong, and the clock keeps ticking. Under a minute now in this first half, and the Choctaws look content to let the clock run. They have 2 timeouts. I think they just don't want Munford to get good field position before the half ends. Handoff now goes to the right, and met with a nice hit. He stays upright, though. It takes 3 Cougars to bring him down. Braylon Taylor, tough runner, but couldn't get any yards out of that one.
Tough play there, especially this late in the first half. You might just be wanting to run the clock down anyway. I'd be surprised if they even run a play here, but it looks like they're going to. So maybe I should think before I speak here.
And does look like the Choctaws want to run one, but maybe not.
I'm just taking it into halftime. Well, it looks like they're going
5 seconds, and now they'll just walk over to the sideline. That will end the half. The Munford Cougars lead the Dyer County Choctaws 44-19. Here as you watch Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
I'm Eric, a local Ritter Communications technician here out of West Tennessee. I'm here to share with you some exciting news. Ritter Communications is investing $12 million to implement a major network upgrade in your area. This upgrade will bring the latest fiber-rich technology to offer speeds of up to 1 gigabit without data limits. There are over 1,800 devices in this area that are going to have to be upgraded, so you will experience temporary interruptions in services, but we will try to make these as minimal as possible. Currently, we are over 1/3 of the way through and plan to have all upgrades completed by next summer. Watch for emails, postcards, and phone calls to let you know We are working in your neighborhood and when the work is completed. Thank you for your patience as we work to bring you fast, reliable 1 gig internet service. Thank you again.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmers Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app can save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh yeah!
My name is Donna and Lucy. I am from Caraway, Arkansas. I had been having trouble with my internet.
You got a lot of important things that you do from the internet, and you don't want to miss anything.
I usually use it to book rooms to watch my granddaughter play basketball. They had someone out that day, and it was back up within 20 minutes.
And it makes me feel so good to go there and take care of it, you know, and see the smile on her face, man. That makes my day right there.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh yeah!
I'm James Finley, and I'm from Jasper, Arkansas. We came in to have my mother's service turned on, and she needed to pick a plan. They were patient, answered every question, and there were a lot of questions.
We just took our time with her and wanted to make sure she had everything she needed.
You could see that they genuinely cared about my mother.
I don't want to go into a store and be treated like just another number. That's not how we roll in Jasper. Treat people how you want to be treated.
My name is Raynessa Chandler. I am currently the manager of technical support for Ritter Communications. Ritter is like family in more ways than one. My aunt retired after 33 and a half years here, and currently I have 2 cousins that work at Ritter. We have a variety of talented individuals. They motivate us and encourage us to do the right thing. We're grateful for the opportunity to work at a place such as Ritter and to be able to help others, because that's what it's all about, serving others.
Received a call about a cable box not working at Miss Betty's home, and while they're replacing the cable box, I noticed I had extremely long cable.
I went to move my furniture around and it stopped working.
A long cable like that could affect signal levels and eventually cause her cable service to go out.
Michael took it up on his own and fixed it for me. Now I can FaceTime with my niece and nephew because we don't get to visit too often. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. That's how Ritter's making it right.
Right by me.
Our dog got hit by a car. My wife and children were very upset about losing Buddy. While I was burying the dog, I cut the cable line.
Being a dog owner myself, it's hard losing a pet. So it's very important for us to get their services restored.
There's a winter storm hitting right now. It was a Friday night. You showed up and the very next morning in some pretty terrible conditions and fixed us up.
That's what we try to do here at Ritter in a bad situation, try to make it better.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh yeah!
And I do have it right here, and it is
Munford, Tennessee, Dr. Sid Witherington Stadium. It's halftime. Cougar football brought to you by Ritter Communications, your home for gig speed internet in West Tennessee. Just go to rittercommunications.com and get signed up today. Chad Gatlin, Jay Harder in here with you. An explosive first half, especially the first quarter we saw, but Munford able to just keep the pedal down all the way through the first half and take this 44-19 lead.
Absolutely. It's been a really explosive first half, I think is the word I would have to use, going both ways. Big touchdowns on some big plays for a ton of yards going both ways there. And while the score is 44-19, I've said this a few times already in the broadcast, to me personally, you might feel differently, the game is far closer than this deficit would have you believe it is. I think Dyer County's offense has looked really good tonight, other than a few miscommunications, I would call them. And Munford's had trouble stopping that run game. But, only 2 quarters left to play. Is a run game enough to come back from a 25-point deficit like this?
I would say, Jay, the biggest point in this game has been big play defense, and when you needed a big play defense, Munford's defense has stepped up and Dyer County's has fallen short.
On some big third downs, you're absolutely right. Munford's defense has come up with some big plays. So a couple of touchdowns by Munford's sideline there, Coach Calhoun, to really just make sure that everything's under control, and his team has gone back out there and responded in those situations. So you're absolutely right. Third down, big defensive stops have been a big key tonight. I have a few stats if you want me to read a few of these so far.
Absolutely, as tonight's game is brought to you by Farmers Insurance, the Gatlin Agency. Go to memphisfarmers.com to get a quote today and save on your insurance and get the policy perks you deserve. Your halftime stats with Jay Harder now.
So I have Munford's complete stats for you right now. I'm still working on Dyer County, but I can go ahead and give you Munford. Rushing the football, 168 yards rushing on 11 carries from Auvik White in the first half, 98 from Jordan Bell, so well over 250 yards rushing in the first half tonight on only 18 carries, 4 total touchdowns, only 1 negative player running the football. They ran that jet sweep to Cerniglia. That didn't go for anything, but still really good first half running the football. And Jordan Bell's added onto those 2 rushing touchdowns, 4 of 7 passing for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns there, so 4 total touchdowns for him. I do have on the Dyer County side, Braylon Taylor, their stud running back, has 135 yards rushing in the first half. So a really good night of rushing football from both teams. And that's why I say the score I feel like is closer than it looks like up there, because 135 yards in the first half, a really good first half.
And the runs haven't been blown open most of the time. They've been tough runs with broken tackles and stiff arms. You've had a couple that were blown wide open by the Dyer County offensive line early. But both defense have been able to put hands on the ball carrier, but not able to bring them down.
I think you're absolutely right. Dyer County, I'm looking here, 38 total plays in the first half to 28 for Munford. So you're right, 10 more plays there, and just churning those yards out with small chunks of yardage there.
Coming into Dyer for a big game
Well, we'll step aside in another moment. When we come back, I'll give you some halftime score updates from around the viewing area, including the game on Ritter Communications in Northeast Arkansas, which is Westside and Truman. We'll let you know what's going on there and get you ready for the second half of this one as you watch Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
I'm Eric, a local Ritter Communications technician here out of West Tennessee. I'm here to share with you some exciting news. Ritter Communications is investing $12 million to implement a major network upgrade in your area. This upgrade will bring the latest fiber-rich technology to offer speeds of up to 1 gigabit without data limits. There are over 1,800 devices in this area that are going to have to be upgraded, so you will experience temporary interruptions in services, but we will try to make these as minimal as possible. Currently, we are over 1/3 of the way through and plan to have all upgrades completed by next summer. Watch for emails, postcards, and phone calls to let you know we are working in your neighborhood and when the work is completed. Thank you for your patience as we work to bring you fast, reliable 1 gig internet service. Thank you again.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app can save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh yeah!
My name is Donna Ann Lucy. I am from Caraway, Arkansas. I had been having trouble with my internet.
You got a lot of important things that you do from the internet, and you don't want to miss anything.
I usually use it to book rooms to watch my granddaughter play basketball. They had someone out that day, and it was back up within 20 minutes.
And it makes me feel so good to go there and take care of it, you know, and see the smile on her face, man. That makes my day right there.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh yeah!
I'm James Finley, and I'm from Jasper, Arkansas. We came in to have my mother's service turned on, and she needed to pick a plan. They were patient, answered every question, and there were a lot of questions.
We just took our time with her and wanted to make sure she had everything she needed.
You could see that they genuinely cared about my mother.
I don't want to go into a store and be treated like just another number. That's not how we roll in Jasper. Treat people how you want to be treated.
My name is Raynessa Chandler. I am currently the manager of technical support for Ritter Communications. Ritter is like family in more ways than one. My aunt retired after 33 and a half years here, and currently I have 2 cousins that work at Ritter. We have a variety of talented individuals. They motivate us and encourage us to do the right thing. We're grateful for the opportunity to work at a place such as Ritter and to be able to help others, because that's what it's all about, serving others.
Received a call about a cable box not working at Miss Betty's home, and while they're replacing the cable box, I noticed an extremely long cable.
I went to move my furniture around and it just stopped working.
A long cable like that could affect signal levels and eventually cause her cable service to go out.
Michael took it up on his own and fixed it for me. Now I can FaceTime with my niece and nephew, because we don't get to visit too often. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. That's how Ritter's making it right.
Right by me.
Our dog got hit by a car. My wife and children were very upset about losing Buddy. While I was burying the dog, I cut the cable line.
Being a dog owner myself, it's hard losing a pet. So it's very important for us to get their services restored.
There's a winter storm hitting right now. It was a Friday night. You showed up and the very next morning in some pretty terrible conditions and fixed us up.
That's what we try to do here at Ritter in a bad situation, try to make it better.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch championship wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh yeah!
Back here in Munford with Cougar football on Ritter Communications. RitterCommunications.com is where you go to sign up for television, internet, and home phone. If you still want to use that, they have it. And so you can go in there and get it at RitterCommunications.com. Gig speed internet is the thing that I get most interested in from Ritter Communications. I like to play video games, Jay, and the faster the internet, the better you are online.
You betcha.
You don't want to be playing Madden and have that last play come down to your internet speed. So get that gig speed internet from Ritter today. Got some score updates for you from around the area. We'll start here in West Tennessee. North Point leads Millington right now 35-6. That one's in the second quarter. Union City and Ripley tied at 14 at the half. Bartlett 14-0 over White Station at the half. And Cordova leading Arlington 20-14 in the second quarter. Moving over to Northeast Arkansas, Ritter's game of the week on Tubetown over there is Westside and Truman. Westside leads Truman 7-6 at the half in that one. Also in Arkansas, Rivercrest is leading Pocahontas 28-21 at the half. Gosnell leads Hardy 16-8 at the half. Nettleton over Batesville 20-0 in the second quarter. And El Dorado over Jonesboro 14-7 at the half. In college football, Charlotte leading Middle Tennessee 28-24 in the fourth quarter right now. Syracuse is leading Liberty 14-7 at the half.
That's huge.
And Wake Forest leading Virginia 27-17 in the third quarter. And those are your score updates. Next Friday here on Ritter Communications, we'll bring you the Cougars playing at Brighton, the second and final road game of this very favorable home schedule for the Munford Cougars. This is only the second time they will go on the road, and that'll be it. The rest of the season will be at home. But they do have to face that high-scoring offense in the Brighton Cardinals, a team who has put up 70 in a game this year. We'll see what this Cougar defense can do to slow down that Brighton offense and that prolific quarterback that they have that can rush the ball and throw the ball.
Should be a good one.
We'll step aside one more time, and when we come back, we'll start the second half here. Munford leads the Choctaws 44-19. You're watching Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch championship wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh yeah!
My name is Donna Ann Lucy. I am from Caraway, Arkansas. I had been having trouble with my internet.
You got a lot of important things that you do from the internet, and you don't want to miss anything.
I usually use it to book rooms to watch my granddaughter play basketball. They had someone out that day, and it was back up within 20 minutes.
And it makes me feel so good to go there and take care of it, and see the smile on her face, man. That makes my day right there.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch championship wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh yeah!
I'm James Finley, and I'm from Jasper, Arkansas. We came in to have my mother's service turned on, and she needed to pick a plan. They were patient, answered every question, and there were a lot of questions.
We just took our time with her and wanted to make sure she had everything she needed.
You could see that they genuinely cared about my mother.
I don't want to go into a store and be treated like just another number. That's not how we roll in Jasper. Treat people how you want to be treated.
My name is Raynessa Chandler. I am currently the manager of technical support for Ritter Communications. Ritter is like family in more ways than one. My aunt retired after 33.5 years here, and currently I have 2 cousins that work at Ritter. We have a variety of talented individuals. They motivate us and encourage us to do the right thing. We're grateful for the opportunity to work at a place such as Ritter and to be able to help others, because that's what it's all about, serving others.
I'm Eric, a local Ritter Communications technician here out of West Tennessee. I'm here to share with you some exciting news. Ritter Communications is investing $12 million to implement a major network upgrade in your area. This upgrade will bring the latest fiber-rich technology to offer speeds of up to 1 gigabit without data limits. There are over 1,800 devices in this area that are going to have to be upgraded, so you will experience temporary interruptions in services, but we will try to make these as minimal as possible. Currently, we are over 1/3 of the way through and plan to have all upgrades completed by next summer. Watch for emails, postcards, and phone calls to let you know we are working in your neighborhood and when the work is completed. Thank you for your patience as we work to bring you fast, reliable 1 gig internet service. Thank you again.
Cougar football on Ritter Communications, brought to you by Ritter Communications. Go to rittercommunications.com and get some gig speed internet today. Second half, Munford leads Dyer County 44-19. Explosive plays in the first quarter. A little more of a grind in the second quarter, but still Munford climbing to a nearly insurmountable lead in that first half, Jay.
A big Munford second quarter, a lot of scoring, and a good defense, much better defense by Munford in the second quarter than the first quarter. I wanted to update a few more stats that I got there. Four of 7, I said, for Jordan Bell. That's to 4 different receivers, so a lot of guys getting involved in the passing attack there. And then Dre Stafford for Dyer County. They haven't thrown it a lot, but he's 4 of 5 for 19 yards and a touchdown with that 1 interception. But good throwing the ball. Really, really one of the best showcases of throwing the football from both teams we've seen in a Munford game this year.
And the second half is underway with an onside kick. And looks like Munford will jump on it, though, and so we will see the Munford offense.
Credit number 51. Who is that? That's DJ Vassar. Both of those onside kicks he's caught and landed on. Really good hands teamwork by Munford right there. And that's impressive at the high school level. You don't always see such sure-handed guys up front there, evident by the teams we've seen come in here this year and fumble kickoffs from Munford themselves. So really good job there by the senior.
So last time we saw Jordan Bell on the field, he was running it in himself for a touchdown. Now we'll see what he does here. He will do the read option, keep it for himself, run up the middle, and is brought down after a gain of about 5 by Jordan Bond.
Good little 5-yard run there right up the gut. Pulled it out immediately and started running north and south. I like to see that.
Handoff now goes to White. White takes off to the left side, and he is brought down, but not before he gets the first down. 1st and 10 Cougars at the 40.
2 plays, 2 positive 5-yard gains, and that's exactly what you want to see starting the second half. And another drive starting in excellent field position for the Cougars.
Avic White still in the backfield. Play action. Pass goes for a completion and is down. It looks like a gain of about 9. And that is Hunter Gill on the reception.
Another new receiver on a catch here tonight. A big play right there and a good tackle, honestly, as well by Chris Moreno, the defensive player for Dyer County.
Nice stopper out there by Gill. Now a straight handoff to Avic White. He'll break one tackle, break another tackle, and then get out into the secondary before he is brought down. Another first down Cougars. This one will be at the 19-yard line. Red zone again for these Cougars, and we're less than a minute in.
They're churning so far, aren't they?
Handoff goes to White. White spins off a tackler and then is swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. It's Chris Moreno on the tackle for the Choctaws.
Another first down, second down, another second down and long here, a short little run. First non-really positive play for Munford in this half.
And now Bell pulls it after thinking about it for a long time on the option left. Able to get it forward for a couple of yards before he rolls out of bounds. There is a flag. It's around the line, but not around the play, so it'll be interesting to see what this is.
Looks like Munford is backing up.
It's unsportsmanlike conduct against the Cougars. I think the 4th unsportsmanlike conduct penalty we've seen combined tonight.
It is their 6th penalty. That racks up 90 total penalty yards against Munford. So we've been talking penalties a bunch of weeks. I haven't been as big a factor tonight, but those are a bunch of big ones right there, all those unsportsmanlikes. 15 yards add up quickly.
Absolutely, especially when it puts you in a 2nd and 25.
Correct.
Play action. Bell looking for his main, just overthrows Jeremiah Davis there.
It's unfortunate there. We've talked about Jeremiah Davis. I haven't been able to say his name as much tonight, but I've wanted to mention him a ton of times. He's in on every play, and he's a young man I love to watch because he makes impact blocks. He impacts the game on every play he doesn't get the ball on, and that's the exact kind of player that Coach Calhoun wants on that offensive side.
Bell's got two receivers right. He'll take the snap. Play action again. He rolls out to his left, and he's just going to take it. Now he's going to stutter step, put his shoulder down, and get it all the way down to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, Cougars.
Great run right there. And a 3rd and 25, a seemingly lost drive because of a penalty. Just a scramble, roll out, and a big, big first down and 1st and goal now inside the 5-yard line.
Elusive in that backfield.
Bell hands it off, no problem. He waits just long enough before deciding to let Autvic White have it, and White gets into the end zone for his 3rd score of the night. Touchdown, Cougars.
Only his 2nd carry of the drive, but it's a big one, and it goes for a touchdown there. And started second half just like he ended the first one, and that's exactly what you want from Munford, running away from a really good opponent here.
The Cougars have put up a half-century on the scoreboard.
I think you're right. It can't be White that's counting because he's looking at the kicker when he's back there. So I wonder who it is.
Brown puts the kick up and through. Sure-footed is Braxton Brown, and that'll be 51-19. The lead for these Cougars, and I have to imagine we'll see a running clock pretty soon as you watch Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
Want to get help? That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app can save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Back here as the Cougars have taken a 51-19 lead. It's been pretty much all Cougars since the start of the 2nd quarter. 9:47 left here in the 3rd at Dr. Sid Witherington Stadium. And, Jay, we were talking about it during the break. We can't quite figure out where Dyer County is going wrong.
It seems like Munford's offense is just too much for their defense because Dyer County's offense, I think, has looked really good tonight, but they just can't quite get the push they need to on defense.
Short kick from Brown, fielded and brought down, a gain of about 3 on the return.
That one was right to him right there, just give it right in his hands there. And as many times as that's worked out tonight, you got to think about giving them this field position every time. Now, you got 2 fumbles on it, so it's obviously gone your way, and you have those onside kicks working for you, but you hate to give up field position, certain at their own 44-yard line. It's just not ideal.
I'm not sure what Braylon Taylor's been able to do on returns this year. That may be a concern for them.
For sure.
As he takes the handoff and gets it up for 5 yards before he's brought down.
That's a huge factor, too. When you have a running back like that that's running as well as he is, you don't want to give him space where he has room to get himself going there.
On paper and eyesight, this Choctaw team is a really good-looking team, not dissimilar in a lot of ways from the Covington team we saw earlier, as you see the quarterback drop back to pass, now run out for the scramble, and he is tackled before he is able to get out of bounds. Jace Hodgen said, "No, sir, not without a little lesson from me."
It almost seemed like Stafford was trying to bait the penalty there, but a really good play by Hodgen to make sure he avoids a penalty, doesn't do anything uncharacteristic or undisciplined, and brings him down for a gain of 1, if any, right there.
It's 3rd and 3 now for the Choctaws.
Oh, misdirection.
And a handoff, goes to Livingston. Livingston found some running room, spins off one tackler, breaks another tackle, puts his shoulder down, knocks another guy down, gets it all the way down to the 25-yard line. First down, Choctaws.
I don't know if we're going to watch this run. He gets that first hit, just keeps his legs moving, churning the whole way. Unbelievable run there.
That's a college-level spin.
Freshman running back right there. I mean, it's so impressive. I mean, that's what we're saying. It's so unbelievable the score is what it is because this offense looks really good.
Back to pass is Stafford. He's got a man on the post route, and he found him. Oh, and he just lost it there at the end. There is a flag back at the line of scrimmage. Oh, and the player is down. Now he's getting up.
That's good. A little slow to get up, though.
Mason Patterson. He had his hands on it. Just came loose at the very end. The call will be false start on the Choctaws, which is not, must have been an illegal formation.
It's something, yeah, because they usually blow it dead on that false start. And I'll tell you what, that's really the first penalty against Dyer County that's been super undisciplined. They've had a couple unsportsmanlike, so I guess I shouldn't say that. But one that's really hurt them, that's the first one of the night.
So backs it up to the 30 now. Still first down for the Choctaws. Stafford back to pass. Decides to go to his left,
Ooh.
And that one, he had a man just a little bit overthrown, but kind of where only his man, Braylon Taylor, could get it.
Kind of just threw it up and let him run underneath it, and he almost made a heck of a play to catch that football, but a really tough play and an unbelievable effort there by Taylor to even make that close.
He had Jax Butler open on the underneath route on the right side.
That's a couple times we've seen him make those deep throws when he's had a guy underneath, just kind of getting tunnel vision there.
This time it's handoff to Livingston.
Oh,
Livingston
man.
with a big hole. Plows his way forward. Almost to the marker. Going to be a couple of yards short, but a very good second down run.
Yeah, you said it right there. A big hole up front there, just like his last one. And he loved the way these kids run. I can't say it enough. They just go north and south so well, and it brings up a 3rd and short.
3rd and 3. Handoff to Taylor. Taylor around the left side. He's got the first down and more. Looking to get to the end zone, and he is brought down by the shoestrings before he can get there by Jace Hodgen. That's another great example of a guy not giving up on a play and a touchdown-saving tackle. But Livingston bangs his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Choctaws.
Yeah, it didn't quite matter there. Touchdown-saving tackle to play before it, but just too much run power, too much power on the offensive line up front, and another touchdown for the Choctaws, whose offenses look pretty good to be down by the margin they are.
Going for 2 as the Choctaws. They'll give it to Livingston again and see if he can plow his way in.
Same play.
Being held up at the line right now, and surely they're going to blow this dead in a moment. And they do. The attempt is no good. So Dyer County, if not trying for the 2-point conversion, Jay, interestingly, they would have 3 more points now if they made them all. So not that this game is that close, but you kind of got to wonder what you're doing sometimes giving up easier points.
I agree with you. I've already made the mistake, though, once tonight of telling him he should kick, and then they score a touchdown after it. So I'm going to be a little more tentative about it, but I totally agree with you. It just comes down to I like points. And even though a kick is the flashiest thing in the world, it puts points on the board, and any of those would help Dyer County at this point in the game.
We do not have a running clock yet, by the way. 6:42 left on the clock for the 3rd quarter in this game. Thanks to all of you listening to us on Vintage Rock 106.9 here in Munford and 7:30 a.m. in West Memphis.
Great job. I'm happy for Jabari Livingston there to get that touchdown. He deserves it the way he's run the ball tonight.
Onside kick from the Choctaws, and they did not go far enough.
Oh,
hit a Choctaws player, and it may have been recovered by Munford, although the Choctaws, there was a little bit of a scrum there at the end, but Munford does have it, and it will be at the 50-yard line.
Sure-handed there by Aubrey Durham to get his hand on that. We saw him on that last Munford drive. He was on the field for the first time. He was the player that Jordan Bell kept that ball in there for seemingly forever on his own run that resulted in that penalty, but good to see him involved.
There was a little confusion from the Dyer County player on whether it had gone far enough for him to touch it or not, and that little bit of hesitation is what allowed it to bounce off of him into a Munford defender.
So another great starting field position as well for Munford here on the 50-yard line. I mean, you got to like the field position you're starting with all night tonight if you're Munford.
Bell still in at quarterback for the Cougars. Hodgen in motion. He'll take the handoff, come around, and he will jump over one tackler and be brought down by the next. Jordan Bond able to bring down Hodgen, but not before he gets about 7 on the play.
Injured player down, it looks like.
There is. It is a Dyer County player. Get you a number as soon as we can.
There is a Choctaw down on the play, and they are
A good end around, though. We've talked about the jet sweeps that Munford runs. They've struggled to get any positive yardage, but they've really looked good tonight running that play, and it's good to see a good run there by Hodgen as well. He almost leaped through 2 tacklers, it looks like, to get that gain of 7, but it's good to see that that play is resulting in more positives.
They found a gap in the Choctaw defense. We'll take a break while they attend to the injured player, trying to get a number for you. You're watching Cougar Football on Ritter Communications.
I'm Eric, a local Ritter Communications technician here out of West Tennessee. I'm here to share with you some exciting news. Ritter Communications is investing $12 million to implement a major network upgrade in your area. This upgrade will bring the latest fiber-rich technology to offer speeds of up to 1 gigabit without data limits. There are over 1,800 devices in this area that are going to have to be upgraded, so you will experience temporary interruptions in services, but we will try to make these as minimal as possible. Currently, we are over 1/3 of the way through and plan to have all upgrades completed by next summer. Watch for emails, postcards, and phone calls to let you know we are working in your neighborhood and when the work is completed. Thank you for your patience as we work to bring you fast, reliable 1 gig internet service. Thank you again.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app can save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Received a call about a cable box not working at Miss Betty's home, and while they're replacing the cable box, I noticed an extremely long cable.
I went to move my furniture around and it stopped working.
A long cable like that could affect signal levels and eventually cause her cable service to go out.
Michael took it up on his own and fixed it for me. Now I can FaceTime with my niece and nephew because we don't get to visit too often. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. That's how Ritter's making it right.
Right by me.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
They are still attending to the injured player on the field here, midfield. It's an injured Choctaw. I cannot read the number yet. We have not heard who it is. If we find out who it is, we will let you know. I believe it is Luke Franklin. That's what I'm hearing. It's number 25. Number 25, Luke Franklin, is the injured player there. So we hope that everything is all right with him, but they are attending to him here on the field.
Scary moment. One of the worst parts of football, I would say, if not the worst part of football.
They've removed both teams to the sideline. Now they're going to remove his helmet. We'll give you some score updates from around the area while this is going on. North Point extended their lead over Millington. It's now 49-13 in the fourth quarter. El Dorado leading Jonesboro 14-7. Rivercrest leading Pocahontas 28-21 as they bring out the cart for the injured player. Brighton leading Memphis Academy of Health Sciences only 24-22 in a surprise close game there for the team that Munford will face next week. Brighton also lost a district game last week to Central, and we all thought that next week's game, Munford and Brighton, would probably be for the district title. Now the picture is muddier than ever in that one.
That's why you play the games, right?
Gosnell still 16-8 over Highland. Nettleton 20-0 over Batesville. Bartlett 14-0 over White Station. Union City and Ripley tied at 21 in the third quarter. Rivercrest leading Pocahontas 40-28 right now. In college, Middle Tennessee and Charlotte still locked in a close one. Charlotte leads that one by 3, 35-32. Wake Forest extending out over Virginia 37-17. And Liberty still trailing Syracuse. It's now 21-7 in favor of the Orange. UNLV and Fresno State have yet to kick off. We're going to take another break while they take care of the injured player here. And we'll come back with the third quarter resuming here in Cougar football on Ritter Communications.
I'm Eric, a local Ritter Communications technician here out of West Tennessee. I'm here to share with you some exciting news. Ritter Communications is investing $12 million to implement a major network upgrade in your area. This upgrade will bring the latest fiber-rich technology to offer speeds of up to 1 gigabit without data limits. There are over 1,800 devices in this area that are going to have to be upgraded, so you will experience temporary interruptions in services, but we will try to make these as minimal as possible. Currently, we are over 1/3 of the way through and plan to have all upgrades completed by next summer. Watch for emails, postcards, and phone calls to let you know we are working in your neighborhood and when the work is completed. Thank you for your patience as we work to bring you fast, reliable 1 gig internet service. Thank you again.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app can save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh yeah!
My name is Donna Ann Lucy. I am from Caraway, Arkansas. I had been having trouble with my internet.
You got a lot of important things that you do from the internet, and you don't want to miss anything.
I usually use it to book rooms to watch my granddaughter play basketball. They had someone out that day, and it was back up within 20 minutes.
And it makes me feel so good to go there and take care of it, you know, and see the smile on her face, man. That makes my day right there.
Memphis Wrestling is coming to Tubetown.
Catch Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon right here on Ritter Communications Tubetown.
Oh yeah!
I'm James Finley, and I'm from Jasper, Arkansas. We came in to have my mother's service turned on, and she needed to pick a plan. They were patient, answered every question, and there were a lot of questions.
We just took our time with her and wanted to make sure she had everything she needed.
You could see that they genuinely cared about my mother.
I don't want to go into a store and be treated like just another number. That's not how we roll in Jasper. Treat people how you want to be treated.
My name is Raynessa Chandler. I am currently the manager of technical support for Ritter Communications. Ritter is like family in more ways than one. My aunt retired after 33 and a half years here, and currently I have 2 cousins that work at Ritter. We have a variety of talented individuals. They motivate us and encourage us to do the right thing. We're grateful for the opportunity to work at a place such as Ritter and to be able to help others, because that's what it's all about, serving others.
Received a call about a cable box not working at Miss Betty's home, and while they're replacing the cable box, I noticed an extremely long cable.
I went to move my furniture around and it just stopped working.
A long cable like that could affect signal levels and eventually cause her cable service to go out.
Michael took it up on his own and fixed it for me. Now I can FaceTime with my niece and nephew because we don't get to visit too often. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. That's how Ritter's making it right.
Right by me.
Back here at Munford as they take the injured player Luke Franklin off the field on the backboard. Munford Fire and Rescue attending to him. And the game will resume now, but we certainly hope that Franklin is all right. Obviously injured, but we hope it's nothing too serious.
Hate to see that in a football game, but I'm glad we're getting back to the game now. Been a while.
Bell takes the snap on the first play back, and he is covered up in the backfield, able to make a man miss. Now he just goes and tries to throw it to his right and hit Mason Medill, but Medill can't get back to the ball fast enough.
To make that just an incompletion instead of a loss of yardage is still a big play there regardless, and it's 3rd and short here, so you don't want to take a sack, and it's a heads-up play to essentially throw the ball away there and still had a chance to make a completion.
Broken up by Mason Patterson of the Dyer County team. And it's 3rd down, 3rd and 2 now for the Cougars.
Oh, jumped.
Nearly made them jump off sides, but they get back in time. Aldrich White moves to the right side. Hand off White up the middle. He will get there. Waited on a block and got it now. He splits it out to the right and gets it down. Gets a little bit more out of it before he is pushed out of bounds. 1st down and a lot more for the outstanding running back, Aldrich White.
You saw him get to the line of scrimmage. He was chopping his feet and just waited and busted it out. He got the 1st down and then hit a big hole out to the right side there for a big gain. Gets it about the 25-yard line, just about a really big gain there.
Over in Arkansas, Westside leading Truman 14-6. That one being carried on the Ritter Communications YouTube page, the Tubetown YouTube page, that is.
Man.
As he powers forward for a couple of yards there.
Some really good runs there on this drive. I know there was a big gap in there, but some really good running of the football there by a bunch of different characters at this point. And you like to see all these positive plays being thrown together here, because there's been a lot of negative plays, it seems like, tonight for Munford, despite the fact they have 51 points on the board.
You have to tackle him. You're not going to knock him down or grab him
2nd and 5 here for the Cougars from the 20-yard line.
Another
Bell
big one.
gives to White. White brought down after a gain of about 4, bring up 3rd and short.
That reminds me, this is a weird comparison, but it reminds me of Tim Tebow running right there, where he's just looking for defenders to go make contact with. He saw 2 guys right there, didn't run away from him, tried to run right through him. Great running there by Avig White.
4:50 left in the 3rd quarter. 51-25, Munford Cougar lead. Taking their time. Can't imagine you'll see a lot of passing. Hand off to White. He'll bounce it out to the right. Cuts it back into the left after a great block. Only about 3 yards, but a really good play there from the line.
Looked like you saw on the right side of the defensive line there, senior Nick Rushing. He got back there really deep in the backfield, ran free, but the run is going the other way and busted out for a big 3-yard, 4-yard gain there.
North in this case is the Cougars are moving the ball.
You're right, though. A very slow, methodical drive, much slower than the usual pace from the Munford offense, which is understandable given the deficit.
Hard to believe, though, that they have it in them to run a clock-chewing offense.
You're right.
We're usually barely able to get the words from the last play out of our mouths before the next one takes off as Bell runs and is brought out of bounds around the 6-yard line.
All right, I think I'm beginning to catch up with
Good little bounce there.
Bell now to see exactly what he said. He ran forward right at a guy and then stopped, jumped backwards, and the guy reached and grabbed there and then ran around him. That's what he did that time anyway.
About a 5-yard gain there to bring it 3rd and 1, which it seemed like he did a lot of running to only get 5 yards. My depth perception's a little off on this side of the field, but a really good run there by Bell.
Truman just punched one in over in Arkansas as White takes the handoff to the left. There's a flag on the play in the area of holding. So we'll wait and see, but I'm pretty sure this is a hold against Munford.
Disappointing. It's a lot of penalties tonight after we talked. We were bragging on him so much early for not committing penalties. Excuse me.
Over on the Ritter Tubetown YouTube page, Truman just executed a 2-point conversion and tied the game up 14-14. As I said, Ritter subscribers in Northeast Arkansas are seeing that game right now, but if you want to see it, it is airing also live on the Tubetown YouTube channel. Bell takes the snap after the penalty. He'll hand it off to White on the option. White will get around the left side for a few yards, get back somewhere around the original line of scrimmage. Up to 10.5.
That's what it looks like.
Down the road, Brighton locked in a tight one with Memphis Academy of Health Sciences, 24-22 right now. And that's who these Munford Cougars will face next week.
Interesting to see the offense still on the field here.
We do see an ambulance arriving to pick up Luke Franklin. So he will be transported to the hospital from this game. Thoughts and prayers out to that family.
Yeah, truly.
And a keeper for the quarterback, and he is brought down at the 8-yard line, gain of about 2.
Interesting decision there to not get points on the board. I guess it's a big deficit like this. They were just running clock down, and you do pin your opponent in deep field position, but, you know.
You also have a sure-footed kicker in Braxton Brown.
You do, and he hasn't gotten a whole lot of opportunities this year, especially with the last couple of weeks with the big blowout. So, you know, you like to have reps for those guys, but, you know, I'm sure Coach Calhoun has a good reason for these decisions.
And so they fail to convert on 4th down off the Jordan Bell run. Choctaws will take over on downs, and they'll have to go.
Only a minute 55 left in this quarter.
About 92 yards.
But like you said, in a big deficit like this, we still don't have a running clock, and Dyer County has a chance to make it even closer.
They were scoring fast to start the game. Handoff goes to Livingston. Livingston plows ahead. Gets about 5. No, it wasn't Livingston. It was Taylor. It was Taylor running in the style of Livingston is why I called Livingston's number.
They flip spots there. No, you're right. Absolutely.
Handoff goes to Livingston this time for sure. Goes off the right side. Doesn't get very far, but able to push forward for a couple.
I think that's been the thing.
Short.
That's been the thing I've been most impressed by these guys tonight is they just don't have negative plays running the football. They're going to get at least 2 or 3 yards every time they touch it, and that is a huge asset to have with your offense.
3rd and short for the Choctaws. 3 receivers set, 1 back in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Taylor. Taylor going to take a pause and then be brought down near the line of scrimmage.
Going to be close.
Maybe a yard. They're going to have to measure this because he may have fallen forward. They're going to just give it to him.
It was. I'm with you. I thought it was really close to the initial spot, but it looks like they're just giving it to him right here.
Under a minute left in the 3rd quarter.
That's with a minute and 41 to go up there.
Offset tight end.
Stafford takes a snap. He's looking to throw.
Deep
He's
ball.
got a man downfield, and it is, dropped. Oh, he threw a nice back shoulder throw just where Darius Ligon could stop and catch it, and it bounced right off his numbers.
That's disappointing. It looks like kind of like tunnel vision again, but right there he had one-on-one coverage, and he knew he wanted to go to his man, who already has had some big catches here tonight, and so it's a really tough situation there. Good throw, back shoulder, just couldn't quite bring it in.
Good coverage by Jace Hodgen, but in the end it was just a drop.
It was.
Stafford going to toss it over to Taylor. This time Taylor, stutter
that.
step, and is tripped up. Yeah, I thought he was going to break that one.
Me too.
Tripped up, gets about 5. 30-27 is the score. Trinity Christian leads Tipton Rosemark. They grabbed the lead on a touchdown run with 27 seconds left, and now the game is over, and Trinity Christian has upset the Rosemark Rebels in the last seconds of that one.
Wow.
Stafford going to throw again and a little bit of miscommunication there with the Darius Ligon. He expected him to run an out route. Instead, he was running a post. And so that will end the 3rd quarter. We'll play the final quarter when we come back. Cougar football on Ritter Communications. Hey.
Go on, girl. Go on and get help. That's it, girl.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our Signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it. Also, our Signal app could save you up to 15% on your auto insurance.
That's really something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Start the 4th quarter. The Cougars lead the Choctaws 51-25 here in Munford, Tennessee. Looking to close this one out, Jay.
And it's been a really good offensive game, honestly, by both teams. Good running both ways. Early in the game, it didn't look like any defense was going to show up today, but Munford's defense has remained stout. And Dyer County's had a couple big stops as well, not to take that much away from them, but it's just been all Munford 51-25 in a game that I've said it a couple times tonight seems a lot closer than the scoreboard would indicate.
Millington and North Point Christian has gone final. North Point Christian winning that one 49-20.
No reason not to go for it here, 4th down.
Stafford, 4 receivers. He's going to throw. Going to scramble now out to his right, looking for his man. He comes back to the ball. He finds him. It's a Darius Ligon, and that is caught. And a 4th down conversion for the Choctaws offense, and there's a little life.
And we were just talking about Ligon a minute ago. He had that big drop, but that one he reined in. He came back to the football, made a good catch, saw it all the way in, and maybe could have broke it for more before he brought down at the 40-yard line.
Stafford will put 3 to the left this time, 1 to the right. He'll drop back again. He's looking right the entire time, overthrowing Ligon this time.
That's a couple of situations, and that one seemed like he was just timing that throw. But Ligon kind of stuttered coming off the line, and if it's a go, you got to go, you know, and that's just a little bit of a miscommunication, which we've already seen once on this drive between those two players.
I will give Munford credit, their defensive backs credit for being good tacklers.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 10 for the Choctaws. Stafford gonna throw it quickly to Ligon this time. Now Ligon stiff arm, and he'll get out. It's a gain of 18 on the play.
There was no one within, 6, 7 yards of Ligon when he caught that ball there. A lot of space to work with. Just didn't mark a man, and a big first down there by Dyer County. Getting the ball rolling a little bit with the passing game. Haven't seen that a whole lot from either team tonight.
Really a nice setup there by running 2 go routes and then throwing it early after the corner backed off.
Absolutely, and we've seen them complete that pass a few times tonight.
Same formation. They'll hand it off this time to Taylor. Taylor looks for a block, but sneaking through the line and making the tackle.
That is one of the very few negative running plays we've seen from Dyer County tonight. Credit to Munford's defensive line, who I called them out early in the game for not getting a push, but a huge push there and a great tackle for loss.
Will Howard, I believe, on that tackle.
Those kind of things can sometimes get you hurt, too. His knees buckled a little bit.
Sometimes hard to tell if it's a 6 or an 8 with these
the camo
Munford jerseys.
Yeah.
So I apologize if that was actually Leslie McGroom. Stafford got 4 receivers right, 1 left.
This looks
empty
like the same
set.
Excuse me for interrupting. That looked like the same screen look that they showed us earlier, and you see number 5 out there.
Now they want a timeout to make sure they get it right.
Well,
a delay of game was called. They did not get the timeout called. And so a delay of game, 5-yard penalty will back it up, and it'll be second and about 17.
That's only the second pre-snap penalty Dyer County has committed tonight, and that's a costly one. Brings up, it was 2nd and 12. Now it's 2nd and really long.
We go back to a 4-receiver set with Taylor in the backfield. Stafford drops, moves forward in the pocket, now throws, and it is bobbled but caught. Completion to Mason Patterson there over the middle.
A good catch by Patterson. He bobbled it a little bit, almost didn't come up with it, but brought it down and brings up a 3rd and manageable here. 3rd and about, 5?
Will be 3rd and 5 for the Choctaws. Hand off to Livingston. Livingston gets a good block, gets out into the secondary. He'll gain 7. That'll be good enough for a Choctaws first down.
Big first down there in a drive that looked like it was going the other way for Dyer County. They've rallied the troops, and they're starting to get some positive yardage here. Maybe a little bit too late here with 9.5 minutes left. But still, you want to see positive drives regardless.
Right. Nice to see a never-quit attitude from the team, always. 2 backs in the backfield. Dropping back to pass is Stafford. Stafford steps up in the pocket and is sacked. That is DJ Vassar. Been great in special teams tonight. Now he's got a sack to his name.
That's a tough situation there, too, to get a sack like that when you've had a bunch of positive plays in the road. The only real negative plays you had have been penalties and fumbles, and you just can't take a sack like that on first down.
Hand off to Taylor. Taylor only manages a couple. They'll bring up 3rd and long for the Choctaws. Clock is down to 8:37 in the game.
So another 3rd and long here. Now they converted 1, and obviously they're going to go for them. So you have 4 downs to work with. So just something to make it a little more intermediate. You don't have to have a home run here. Just something to make it 4th and short.
Stafford back to pass. Looking, he's got a man open, and it is caught at the 24-yard line. Not nearly enough for the first down, however. Mason Patterson made the grab, but unable to get any yards after the catch. And so we'll have a 4th down, but you know they're going to go for it.
Yeah, kind of like what I just said, though. You know, it's 10 yards on a completion there.
This is where they were before.
Right, that's what you need to make it 4th and short. And your run game has looked really good with positive play, so you put yourself in a good position here.
Interesting that they haven't gone back to the empty set.
Yeah.
After calling a timeout, they didn't run a play out of it last time.
2 running back set here again.
It looks like in the game is Jalen Brown at running back. It is. They're not sure what's going on with Taylor, if he just needs a breather, but they'll take a timeout. And over in Truman, they're going into overtime, tied up at 14 in that game on the Tubetown YouTube channel and Ritter Communications Tubetown over in Northeast Arkansas. I'll keep you apprised of that one. We'll keep it right here. I'll give you some scores from around the area while we've got the timeout. As I said before, the Millington game final, North Point Christian winning 49-20 in that one. Union City and Ripley knotted up 28 in the 4th quarter. There, Pocahontas trailing Rivercrest 28-21. Still no score from Brighton, and Memphis Academy of Health Sciences is still a 2-point lead from Brighton in that one, 24-22. Wow. And looks like that is the only updates we have so far. Everything else is still where it was as the Choctaws come back out onto the field.
A new set from them right here. Not 2 running backs anymore. Jabari Livingston is the running back in the backfield. Wow, pass.
Back to pass.
What a call.
He's looking for, is it picked off? They will say it is picked off. Ben Cernelia. No. Hunter Gill. Sorry, that's again those camouflage numbers from up here.
Well, a big interception, though, by Gill, and that's a big play right there. Now, that's 4th down. You maybe just want to bat that ball down, but, I mean, you pad the stats. Go for it. You know, big defensive stats, and the defense deserves it tonight with huge plays in the last 3 quarters after I'll say it, really not showing up early in the game. They've really responded well in these last 3 quarters.
Hunter Gill able to pick up that interception. I wasn't sure if it hit the ground, but he was able to scoop it up before it did. Great play by Gill. In his own end zone, Bell will just hand it off up the middle to White. White will pound it forward for about 6.
You know, I've complimented so much Dyer County, and I need to say it again because I feel like I say it every week too, but he deserves it tonight. It's Alvick White has run the ball really well, chopping his feet, gets the line, patient running, and I think you can see it in the amount of positive runs, you know, either net 2 yards, net 3 yards, and those are his worst plays of the night is still a positive play.
And so it's 6:48 and counting left in the game here in Munford. Cougars lead 51-25. And now a keeper from Bell. He'll take it to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Wow, we're pushing and shoving after the play, too.
I don't know that I want to be running my starters right up into the line this late in a game that's already put away.
Especially, you know, high school kids, the game is decided. That's when things get chippy. You know, these kids care so much, as they should. It's good for them to care this way. But like you said, you put your star players up to the line, especially guys that have had big games. That's the situation where it might get a little bit chippy. But good news there is there's no flag on the play. 3rd and short, kind of. Oh, got him.
He did get him with a hard count there. It'll be encroachment. Go against Jalen Brown of the Choctaw defense.
Credit Munford. As much as we've talked about penalties the last few weeks, they are excellent at that hard count and drawing people off sides. Those offensive linemen do a good job of just holding their ground, not moving. They know what's going on.
And that will result in a 1st down.
And that gives them a Bradford Family Pharmacy 1st down. 5:47 to go in the game now.
Cougars taking plenty of time as the clock still ticks.
As they should. You said it a minute ago, and I got to reiterate it. I didn't even know they had this in their playbook that they could take this amount of time off the clock.
Hand off to White. White will take it off the right side. He'll bounce it outside.
Oh.
And he'll slip and fall after a gain of 9.
I love how he was running there waiting for his blockers. I'm just so impressed by that every time I see it, the way he chops his feet. I mean, that's very mature running from a young kid.
The ball game is going to overtime, 28-28.
Jumped again.
Got him again on the hard count. That'll push it forward for another first down. Help eat up more time off the clock as when the referee winds it, we'll tick down under 5 minutes.
So another first down here from Munford. That's a result that comes off of a penalty, and it's the first sign. I guess we've seen a couple penalties from Dyer County on offense, but the first real sign of undisciplined play from either team tonight.
And now a little bit of a stutter step. Looked like he was going to get brought down in the backfield, but able to stay on his feet and get it down for a first down.
I don't know if you saw there, number 32 out there blocking in front of him, Jeremiah Davis. I can't say his name enough, involved in another big block up front to create some space for Alvik White to get another first down.
The St. Louis Cardinals, Luke Barr has homered. This in the 7th inning.
Gone final, Charlotte has beaten Middle Tennessee in college football 42-39.
Wow.
UNLV has jumped out to an early lead over Fresno State, 7-0, and Liberty has come back and tied it up against Syracuse. It's 21-all in the fourth quarter in that one.
That's a game to watch.
Wake still leading Virginia 37-17 with 5 left in the fourth quarter there, 5:56.
Good blocking.
Nice, patient running by White. He gets it out to the 45.
That's where one instance, or excuse me, that's one one facet of the game that we've seen Munford struggle with, both on offense and defense, is patient, right? On defense, they get in the backfield maybe a little too aggressive. On offense, they're maybe not patient enough. But, I mean, that is credit this team and the coaching staff for getting them right in practice. I mean, that's been a huge positive tonight for Munford, is the patience on both sides of the ball.
Few clocks on each end of the field so that the quarterbacks and the coaches and everybody can see it count down.
3:37 in counting. Left to go in the game. Munford would be content just to grind this one out to double zeros.
I think you're right.
Handoff met at the line, gain of about 1. And so as we look forward, Munford will improve to 2-0 in the region. It'll also put Dyer County down 1-2 in the region. Brighton's at 1-1, so Munford looking like that preseason prediction of them going back-to-back region titles looks a lot better than it did when they played Covington.
And I think we should point out, too, here tonight. Oh, good.
Next Friday, Munford at Brighton. Just as a reminder here on Ritter Communications, it'll be live on the Ritter Communications Facebook page as well if you are not in the Ritter Communications subscription area.
Wow.
Grinding out another handoff. He does not want to be brought down.
Another really good run. And I think I should point out here as I look at the Dyer County roster here, you know, this is a good team. It seems like they're very well coached, but there are a lot of young players, not a whole lot of seniors you see on the roster here at all. So I look for Dyer County going forward in the next couple of years to really be a good football team, and they clearly have some really talented players on their team.
Absolutely. They need some tightening up on defense, and their offense can play. I mean, 25 points is pretty good against this Munford defense as of late.
But you're talking a junior quarterback, junior running back, got sophomores all over the field, freshmen running the football. So
Bell pulled it for himself. Had 2 men in the backfield. Now he beats them all around the edge, and he has got grass in front of him. He won't get it all the way, but he will get it down to the 11-yard line. Bell making another something out of nothing, what he does best.
He's been incredible rolling out tonight in the pass game and the run game. When he gets to the outside, he is tough to bring down, and another big run there gets him inside the red zone. Did we miss a penalty?
It looks like we did. I don't see a flag anywhere on the field, but there will be a holding penalty against Munford.
That's disappointing. And those have really been on the big plays tonight that those have occurred from, penalties on Munford is they get out in some open space and blockers just get a little bit ahead of themselves. And I see coaches animated on the sideline. They're clearly upset about it because it's been a consistent problem that we've seen in a couple weeks now. And you can tell how much these coaches have worked on that this week and harped on it, and they're disappointed just as I'm sure the players are.
Absolutely. So reset it for third down. It's 3rd and 9 now for the Cougars.
A lot of rushers.
Sending White up the middle. He'll get about 8 on the run. Plows over a couple of guys. 1:19 now left in the game.
This has been a long drive, certainly the longest. I believe this drive started at 7:19 on the clock, so this has been already a 6-minute drive here from Munford, which is extremely uncharacteristic of this team.
So in Region 8-5A, they will tie Memphis Central with 2 wins apiece at 2-0 at the top of the standings of this region.
Got 12 seconds on the play clock here, under a minute, 40 seconds on the clock. This might be the last play of the game here if they even run one.
Pretty sure it will be. Take the penalty and then let them wind it again. So they will take the delay of game penalty. They'll let them move it back 5 yards on this 4th down and then just run the clock out.
Looks like it was declined.
They moved the ball back, though.
Did they? Oh, you're right. They did. I'm sorry. I totally missed it.
It will stop the clock, however, so they'll have to run a play. Bell will hand it off to White. White will try to run it up the middle. He'll get all the way down for the 1st down, and that'll do it. That'll wrap up the game for the Cougars. They won't have to run another play, and they'll win this one 51-25 over the Dyer County Choctaws. Munford steaming ahead in Region 8-5A, and the Choctaws call a timeout.
Or maybe they're just waiting to move the sticks here. Yeah, it looks like they're coming
Okay, yeah, they were waiting. Okay, that's what I was confused for a moment, but that will absolutely.
Oh, maybe not.
It's so close. There's so much confusion on the field.
Take one.
The play clock was
so
far ahead of. That'll end the game there.
Good decision.
Yeah, it seemed like the refs. I don't know. It seemed like there was a discrepancy with what they thought the play clock should be, but
right. I think there was like 1 second difference. They were like, should we let it go? Should we not let it go? And they decided finally, yeah, this one's over.
Thoroughly confused us all, and then Munford gets the win. In this blackout game, Jay, they come away with a big one, 51-25, 2-0 in Region 8-5A, and they'll go face a weakened Brighton, it seems like, next week.
And that's huge. It's huge to come off a game like this. Yeah, especially off of 2 weeks where your opponents, you certainly outmatched your opponents in a lot of ways. This game, I don't think, even though the score is huge, I don't think it's equal to the last 2 games. I think Dyer County's a much better coached ball club, a much better team, and this is a great tune-up game going forward to another big rivalry game next week against Brighton.
Absolutely. It is, of course, the big county rivalry game with Brighton having already played Covington and Millington, their other 2 rivals. But the one against Brighton is the one that means the most because it's a region game.
Mm-hmm.
So if they go in there, take care of business against Brighton, we know Brighton can score. They put 70 up in one game. They put, I believe, in the 50s up last game. But now we see that Munford is quite capable on offense themselves.
Absolutely. And I think it's going forward here. I think the last couple of weeks the coaches clearly have harped on a lot of negatives in huge wins. It'll be interesting to see. They cleaned a lot of that stuff up this week. It'll be interesting to see the focus that these coaches have going into this week of practice, and you'll see that next week against Brighton, whatever they decide to focus on.
We will see you in Brighton next week right here on Ritter Communications. You can tune in with your Ritter subscription channel 11 Tubetown, or you can tune in via the Ritter Communications Facebook page. We'll be streaming live. For Jay Harder, Brandon Reed, Richard Self, Nathan Taylor, I'm Chad Gatlin. We'll see you next week on Ritter Communications.